12
they're
minutes
super
for the
deadly.
match.
Not only are they good fundamentally, they're creative at the same time. They
Are
come
we
at
live?
you
Are
with
we
a lot of
live? Wait,
different
let me
looks,
see.
whether it be completely different ideas round to round or little micro changes where they notice a mistake, like this flash wasn't deep enough or they're playing this position, let's change up where the util goes. Munchkin's doing a really, really good job of setting up this team for success. And beyond that, they're crack gamers. They're insane in each individual role. They're among the best, if not the best in the world at each specific slot.
I think especially for Gen G, I was super impressed with their defensive sides when I was watching them. I think they have so many cool ideas for the way that they're re-clearing space in the mid-round, for how they're testing teams that they're playing up against. I think Munchkin does a really good job of kind of varying the calling on this team and being pretty unpredictable. And you combine that with a squad that I think has probably the best synergy of any team that we're watching across the international leagues right now. They look so clean together.
And what makes this team particularly scary, beyond everything we just talked about, is they win rounds. They win rounds they have no business winning on a consistent basis. Their eco round win percentage in Pacific Stage 2 was above 50%. It was above 50%. That's ridiculous. Nobody else in the world really does that. There's some teams who are close to that level, but they are on another level, and they win a bunch of rounds, like on Lotus against DRX in the finals. They win this 3v5. It looks like DRX has secured the map. They're going to go on. They're maybe going to push Gen G to map 5. But instead, they're able to win it just based on sheer skill alone.
Their protocols are ridiculous, too. I feel like they're really natural in having reactions to what teams are doing. We lost a main control on Haven. They instantly have their idea of what space on the other side of the map they're going to be taking, of how they're going to be playing their defenses together. Those really important quick reactions that I think are especially important in this meta where teams are playing a bunch of different stuff, where we're seeing things like the Neon become more prevalent. They're always on point with those things.
Yeah, and this is a team that we've always praised for being, the ones who do good, honest Valorant, right? But now it seems like they found another layer to this good, honest Valorant where they're iterating constantly, they're growing constantly, and that is scary for everyone else that's going to be facing off against them here, champions.
It doesn't seem like the burnout has affected them. A lot of teams have talked about how they're tired, they're having a problem. Gen G's played more maps than anybody else this year.
We'll have 10 minutes, man. Okay. Let me do my breakfast. Having a meeting from the morning.
You're in your home city, you've played an insane amount of Valorant, you've shown everybody in the world that you're better than everybody. The confidence is sky high right now for this team. So I have a hard time imagining that they are the heavy favorites for this event.
And what's especially cool is getting to do that at home, coming off your first global trophy and getting to defend it in Seoul. They're starting on their home stage where just a few weeks ago they lifted that Pacific trophy. This is just another day in the office for these guys. Expectations are sky high, but they should be. In my mind, this is the favorite team to win champions.
Well, let's go ahead and hear from Texture, who had a quick word with Mika Fabs as we get ready for this matchup.
We have Texture here from Gen G, and we have Eric to help with some translation. Now, Texture, everybody is really excited for this matchup. Of course, in Masters Madrid, Sentinels took the win away from you, but now that you are in front of your hometown crowd,
Yo, what's up, guy? Am I early? Oh, yes, I am. But not that early.
And are you feeling a lot of pressure since you are playing in front of your hometown crowd?
Finally, I maxed out Anomalous. Damn.
그냥 저희가
Okay,
그래도 더 성장을 했기 때문에 별로 아무 상관없이 그냥 경기에만 집중하겠습니다.
What happened to my internet or
We're not
phone?
feeling any pressure in particular, and whatever happened in the past doesn't really matter at all. And we've grown a lot more since as a team, so yeah, we're not feeling any pressure in that regard.
Excited to see the matchup. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Cool as a cucumber, but across the stage, he's going to be facing off against another guy who's pretty cool under pressure. He got Zekin, and this is a matchup that I'm very excited to see unfold here because, you got really two dynamic players, but as we were talking about with Gen G, Texture, he's playing on another level right now.
And two players that are in the conversation for the best duelist in Valorant. I think clearly Sentinels have been slumping a bit. That was clear in stage 1. It was clear at the end of stage 2 as well. But despite that, the numbers Zekin has been putting up continue to be ridiculous. This guy has not skipped a beat since lifting that trophy against Gen G back in Madrid.
He is insane. Even when Sentinels has been struggling a bit this year, he is still putting up numbers. He's still fragging. He's an incredible player. He has awesome individual skill, especially with rifling. I think he's one of the best rifling duelists in the world right now. I think Texter, you know, on the other side of the coin is one of the best oppers in the world right now. So that's kind of one of the bigger, more interesting stylistic differences between them is Texter wants to get that op early, and he's going to shut you down with some insane mechanics that he has, great positioning, great instincts in those moments, whereas Zekken is really good in just about every situation you put him into, whether it be just leading the charge, clutches, all these things throughout the year. He has been nearly infallible.
I think the biggest strength for Zekken is as a dive player, especially when he's playing the Rays. I think his pathing on the attack side on entries is really good, and he plays...
Okay, we still have 7 minutes. Let's do something till then. Oh, Binks is also going to stream. That's cool, that's cool. I got trolled, GG. Dancing in under the moonlight.
Shutting down that ISO, like shields up and he's just like bang bang double headshot, you're dead on the way through. So like things like that, they're still good enough to get over, you know, some of those maybe positional mistakes that I was seeing.
Yeah, well, Coach Kaplan actually had some words about this as well. They're saying that they were grateful that they clinched a spot in champs thanks to the early success in the years we had noted before. And of course, our team is best at international events. Can't wait to get there and get grinding. So look, I mean, you got to hype yourself up coming into this one, but without a doubt, I mean, Sentinels know that this is not the same situation that they found themselves in at the start of the season.
They have not been able to reach anywhere close to the heights they had at the beginning of the year. In kickoff, in Madrid, lifting the trophies in both of those events, it's been disappointment for Sentinels. But I think now, with more time to practice, with a reset after those 2 games they lost to miss out on the playoffs, there is a question mark. Is it the Sentinels who was struggling, whose team play looked a little bit off, who didn't look as structured as we would expect from this team? Or is it that Sentinels, again, who can beat a team like Gen.G, who's the only squad who has done that this year?
Yeah, of course. And we'll see how this all unfolds. And we're still minutes away from our opening match of Champion Seoul with Sentinels versus Gen.G. So let's go ahead and hear what sort of Korean trash talk Lakia had to teach Zelsis in this episode of Smack Talk Academy. Let's take a look.
Hello everybody, Achilleos here. I'm joined once again by Jen, and we have Zelsis as well as the Lakia of Valorant himself. And we're going to be going through what I think is maybe the most difficult segment that will ever be filmed on this broadcast. We're going to be teaching Zelsis some Korean trash talk that is broadcast friendly and won't hurt anyone's feelings at the end of the day. So just some fun banter you can throw out there now that you're here in Korea while you're playing ranked. So the way this is going to work, I'm going to pose a scenario to Lakia. He's going to say what he would say to somebody on the enemy team, and then we're going to try to get Zelsis to say it in Korean and explain what it all means. So, off the rip, Lakia, you've just hit an ace clutch, the 1v5 to close out a map. What's the first thing that you're saying to the enemy team?
1대5 클러치를 해냈어요. 네. 그럼 이제 상대한테 도발 어떻게 할 건가요?
개 못하네, 뭐하냐? 라고 할 것 같습니다. It's mean like you guys so bad. What are you doing? What are you doing, guys? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I teach you.
Okay.
개 못하네.
개 못하네.
Yeah, it's so good. 너네 뭐하냐?
뭐하나?
뭐하냐?
뭐하냐?
Yeah. 개 못하네. 너네 뭐하냐?
개 못하네. 뭐하냐?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
뭐하나.
Yeah,
뭐하나.
개 못하네.
개 못하네.
It's mean you guys so bad.
Yeah. 개 못하네 is all I need.
Yeah. 너네 너네.
너네?
Yeah, 너네 mean is you guys 뭐하냐?
뭐하냐? Okay.
Yeah.
What is it? 개 몬테.
개 못하네.
개 몬테네 도 뭐하냐? 뭐하나?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we get the stamp of approval for that one. Okay, next scenario. You've just won champions.
Yeah.
You've taken down Sentinels in the grand final. What are you yelling across the stage to Zelsis?
I don't like trash talk, but
Dude, I'm the one guy you can trash talk. Don't worry.
너네 쉽다?
너네 쉽다?
Yeah, 쉽다.
쉽다.
Yeah, 쉽다 mean is easy.
Easy?
Yeah,
Easy?
쉽다.
Okay. 쉽다. 쉽다. Genji in Madrid was 쉽다.
Yeah. 상하이 헤르틱 쉽다. 쉽다.
Well, on that note, I think we'll go ahead and call it there before we get into any more trouble than we might already be in.
Bro, stop the match.
Thanks for joining me, Zelsis. I hope that this will be of great use for you while you're in solo queue. And Lakia, thank you for being our instructor and Jen, our translator. That's going to close it out for us.
Thank you so much.
Stop the match,
Today
man.
we learned something new, but let's go ahead and see what the fan poll results are. And my word, you guys came out for Americas, but I think look, there are a lot of Pacific believers, but no one believing in VCT China.
It's 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
On the East Coast, and the America's voters are showing
Wait,
up.
it's 4 in the morning in the East Coast, which means it's 1 a.m. back in LA, right?
Probably.
So, oh my word, it's so late.
Holy crap.
Way to go. But
Only one guy with Sentinels. Are you kidding me? The host is dead. The cast is dead. Wait.
Sure, okay, but
Bruh.
whatever, Genji's the
it's not
favorite.
real.
Clout chasing. That's
What's going on with the FPX voters? Because I would have been on board with that in Shanghai. They look great there, but man, were they rough back in stage 2 in CN.
I would like to defend them.
Okay,
If
go.
I can.
You got 10 seconds.
Here's the deal. They do weird stuff. It's hard to predict what they're going to do against you. A lot of teams struggle playing
Okay.
against their weird style.
Nice.
And they're playing
That's
Heretics.
big. And they're playing Heretics.
They pushed
so.
them 2-1 the last time.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, honestly, both games are going to be fantastic. This is exactly what you want to see. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. It's literally a rematch of Madrid.
It's all 3 of our finalists in one group from each of these.
Why is it on so much delay?
Yeah, you couldn't have asked for a better way to kick things off here at Champion Seoul. And we're finally here. So let's go ahead and kick off this bad boy with the biggest event of the year. Genji versus Sentinels, FPX versus Heretics. Day 1 of Champion starts right now.
누군가는 시간은 반복된다고 말합니다. 우리의 우주가 끝을 맞이하게 되면 시간의 흐름은 또다시 반복될 것입니다.
제가 기억하는 한 항상 게임을 좋아했어요. 어렸을 때는 집에 컴퓨터가 한 대밖에 없어서 형들과 번갈아 가며 게임을 했었어요. 그때는 저는 빨리 게임을 하고 싶어서 참을 수가 없었죠. 제가 초등학교 1학년 때 선생님이 장래희망을 묻는 종이를 주셨어요.
장래희망 적을 거예요.
저는 게임이라고 적었습니다. 매년 질문을 받을 때마다 제 답은 항상 같았습니다. 저는 작은 동네에서 자랐어요. 학교가 끝나면 저는 친구들과 PC방에 가곤 했습니다. 어떤 게임은 제가 진심으로 마음을 먹으면 1년 안에 최고 티어가 될 수 있었습니다. 형이 e스포츠에 대해 이야기해줬었어요. 게임을 하는 직업을 가질 수 있는 방법이 있다. 저는 제 길을 보았습니다. 제가 챔피언스를 우승하게 된다면 어떤 꿈이든 이룰 수 있다는 걸 모두에게 보여주고 싶습니다.
APAC buys the most bundles in the game.
When we get to finals, I'm gonna have Faker come out and sell the Sun bundle.
과거와 미래가 교차하는 현재. 그리고 오늘 2024년 발로란트 최고의 16개 팀이 이곳 서울에 모입니다.
These are the superstars of Valorant, and I cannot wait to see them compete on the global stage.
A few years ago, I was burnt out, but Valorant gave me a new hope and motivation for myself. It's been a dream ever since I started Valorant to lift the trophy.
Jito is also here, right? I forgot. Boom.
Creo que Crew es un equipo que da mucha sorpresa y esta no va a ser la excepción.
Last year, I wanted to make that achievement happen. Go for 3 trophy. We taken our foot off the pedal on the tournament that matters the most. This year we started slow, but I think there's a certain energy that we haven't felt since lock-in or taking Masters. Now that we're at champs,
That's the spirit, boy. That's the spirit. Oh wait, safe place for Vitality now. I wasn't knowing that. I thought he was still playing for Team Liquid.
Legacy. People talk about these greats in games. If I'm able to go back to back and achieve the same heights I did the year before, then that just proves the legacy I'm leaving behind as well.
It's painful and so close to getting the trophy. I remember looking at Jinx's face. I felt it too. They're like my family. I don't want this to happen again. This year, I'm gonna finish what we started.
Me and Kong already lifted the trophy one time. The other 3 guys want to do as well. So we're gonna give all that we got.
Hasta le dieron.
I think goal is to win champion, no matter what.
That's the squad, Genji.
e스포츠로서 한국이 얼만큼 위대한 나라인지 전 세계에게 알고 싶습니다.
Sentinels.
It's a juggernaut matchup, a Madrid final rematch. You got Sentinels going up against Gen G, the kickoff here at Champions 2024. Two of our most prolific teams in all of Valorant facing off against one another. And this matchup is
Man, I'm
gonna be
excited.
awesome.
Just stop the match, man. Can't wait, bro.
Lifted a global trophy, and now they're up against
Wait,
each
they're
other
playing
in
up
the
bees?
first round.
They're playing up bees.
Already.
Okay,
Abyss
that's gonna be
making
fun.
it
Oh, yeah. This is super shocking. Abyss has been Gen G's permaban, so they're clearly a little more comfortable on this map. Sunset has been a real pain point for Gen G this year. They haven't been able to find the success they want with the comp they've been trying to run with the Jet on point. They don't usually run the Raze, so that makes a lot of sense to ban that map. I felt like they were going to have to leave that open against Sentinels, but this is really interesting to me. It shows that they're working on Abyss.
Curious what we're going to get on Haven as well.
Yeah, that's a big question for me, because this has been a really solid map, I think, for Gen G in Stage 2. They're one of the few teams that have stuck to the Viper ideas. They were super prevalent last year. They're not playing the Breach, they're still playing the Sky there, and Sentinels have been playing that kind of new standard comp that we used to see a lot back in the day, the Breach, the Sova, and I actually think it's kind of tough to play that into the Viper, right? Those Breach flashes are a little tough to clear back through the wall, and ideas like that. So I'm wondering if they have something specific prepped up against that comp that was very prevalent last year in Americas.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to look to bait out a lot of that utility. That was something DRX was doing really good, with some push and pull at A main to really keep it off balance. So, okay, John QT on the Cypher this time. For Sentinels, but yeah, Gen G sticking with
Well, John plays
they've done it all year.
Cypher
they haven't
always,
really
right?
changed their
Wait.
comps. Once they settle on something they like, they don't go away from it. Even though DRX did take them down on Haven in the grand finals in the very first map, other than that, they've looked good in the two other times they played it.
For Gen G, I think you should be watching out for how they play their flood defenses with this Viper. Having that orb on the A side, having the wall across B, it gives you a lot of potential to have the anchors moving around on the site, finding gaps in the execute. That can be really punishing if Sentinels isn't ready for it.
Yeah, and of course, Sentinels, a lot's going to be leaning on Zekin here to try and get those early engagements going for them. But I am curious to see how the utility is going to shake out here for the Breach, for the Sova, how that's going to play, as you had mentioned before, Mimi, going up against that Viper.
Gen G is going to really struggle to contest Sentinels on these extremities. The Breach comp is super good for taking a lobby, early space like that. So it's probably going to rely on a lot of retakes here for Gen G, but they're great at them.
Oh, doggy, it's now time to get ready for map 1 of Masters Madrid. Or excuse me, we got a Masters Madrid rematch. I got Spain on the mind. It's going to be amazing. We're here at Champions, baby. Let's go ahead and send it over to your casters. You got Brennan Sideshow for the call.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, let's get to this one. GB's already teed it up. Listen, it's that Masters Madrid finals, that rematch between these two teams, where honestly, both of them peaking at sort of the right times, but drastically different trajectories in terms of where they've landed over the course of 2024.
I would totally agree with that. You're looking at the two teams that have lifted trophies,
Okay,
but Gen G have gone
let's
from
go.
success to success, while Sentinels had that Super Bowl hangover that we often see from very good teams. I will say, though, when it specifically comes to Haven, paper thin, talking about it on the desk, that A lobby control was so important for the one game that Gen G did end up dropping on this map. I think that's where the Breach Sovacom is significantly better.
You see that
No. Yeah. Nice. Nice trade.
Won't be able to get too much done here. And Gen G not able to flood defense in time. Smokes up. Might be looking for a bit of a contact play, but a call for the pause is made by Sen. They're just going to wait this one out for the util. Still holding it.
Oh no!
Down. Go spam it.
Oh, clean
From
Sassy.
Sassy, it's good. Leaves it just down immediate. 1v3 here for our pistol.
Nah.
Can he do it? First obstacle removed. Plenty more where that came from, though. Revealed up just in the last few minutes. Reloads off. Turret up. Catches one of the contacts, but Sentinel's not willing to give them too much of a fight here. Sassy
Bro.
out into the open. 14 HP. Turret still up. Tens us to break this one. The single shot.
Bruh, no, they are throwing. They are freaking throwing. Bro, how? 1v3, seriously.
What a way to start things out. I was all ready to sell how well Sentinels had played that A exec. The early control.
Oh my god, not like this, bro.
Unable to get that flood retake working. And what did we
Anyways.
just witness? The Red Bull clutch comes through in a spot that it should never. I think we've got to start there. This is a situation where he should get traded every single time.
Gotta agree with that.
And the home crowd roars.
It's a 1v3
Come on, man.
Gen G to continue that kind of dominance with the pistol round, starting it up. Conversion to the bonuses. Josh, you were chewing my ear about it.
Yeah.
Off in the green room, you know, talking about how
3 Guardians
good
on
this
Bulldog
Gen
and
G team
Sheriff.
is when it comes to just being able to get those early advantages.
Yeah, if you want to let me nerd out for a moment there, Gen G are 3rd best team when it comes to pistols at Champions, but they're amazing at converting bonuses. So assuming that they win this round, Meteor is under quite a bit of pressure here.
Oh, nice.
Actually overwhelming. Damage is being done to them, but it's been
Bruh,
flooded
bruh.
in.
And should be all good.
And it should be, yeah. Sealed up here. Spikes drop down. Zeltis, not much chances for him. He might go around the world to farm up some orbs, but...
And so look, Meteor is going to have enough to buy up a rifle in the next round. They've got 2 Guardians, Bulldog rifle. They're the number 1 team at Champions in terms of converting these bonus rounds. In round 3, round 15, where you've won the pistol and the follow-up. And I think part of that is because they take them so seriously. They have such incredible aimers. If they have a Guardian or a Sheriff in their hands, first bullet accuracy on almost all of these guys on Gen G is remarkably good. Love seeing that flash there.
A little bit of a Easter egg, I think, of things to come.
30
But
seconds
Celsius,
left.
I think he's just looking to give away his body at the final moment. I mean, he has nothing really to play for, apart from that extra ult point that he could try to get online. And to be honest, he's not too far away from getting it early on in this map.
And spotted out and finally cleaned up here. So, inevitable.
1 Guardian
now
down.
we can start to look forward to this bonus round. Gen G usually cooking with it.
They are, and I'll tell you what, I've been watching a lot of I've been watching a lot of Gen G on Haven. I've watched all of Sentinel's Haven, but they haven't played it very much. So that's an interesting dynamic, isn't it? Because Sen are going to read into what they've seen from the VODs from Gen G. And one of the interesting things is Viper Orb always going towards C long instead of A. That's an interesting quirk of how Gen G play this. And they have 2 different Viper walls. This one, the most standard, which is going to throw towards A. And then he has an aggressive one for A lobby, which I thought they might pull out. But here on the bonus, looking to try to punish anybody that takes a peek mid.
Bit of spam damage just laid down into the wall here. A lot of presence showcased here by Gen G. Texture's going walkabouts. Wants to make a go of things.
No cam tap.
Yep, no cam, no turret to catch that contact. Now the dash is active. They missed the timing. Right behind, no, still. It's a bullet straight to the back. Now, potentially an opening for Sentinels. We'll attempt to slow this one down. They want to try and get rid of most of this util. There's a fault line to try and follow through Zekken. Got a lot in his face here still. Never to really shut them down. Meteor.
Holy, oh my god.
Looking snappy.
Bro, he still got 2? Are you kidding me? He still got 2?
Disallowed this, but pushing through the one way. It is chaos incarnate. Down to that 1v2. Munchkin. Upgrade in hand. Now he's going to make the most of this one here. Sentinels cannot afford to throw away these player advantage situations. Not like how the pistol round got started for them. Dart is good. Spots out Munchkin now, but he's got a lot more to do. Molly at the feet. Sassy. Push back and away and wide. Bit of spam and straight bullets away. Gets the reload off.
So
only
good.
6 left to him. He's got to do so much with it. Not able to. Not against Sentinels there. In this instance, the discipline finally reigning supreme.
Bruh, but they'll have operator now.
Unable to convert the bonus this time around. Still off to a decent start with some good damage done. That's going to knock the Sentinels' economy slightly. But I think more important than that, as we look towards the rest of this half, is how the map control game plays out. You can't really run big C execs against Gen G. That's the power of the Viper Orb at the top there that they run. But it does make
What the hell is that pick?
weaker, I think. And the way that DRX was able to beat them on this map just recently in Pacific was by taking A-long control very consistently.
We don't have
You've
up,
always
okay.
got John there with the cam to make sure if Gen G push down mid, it's
4 half armors.
I think in rounds like this, giving Gen G
4 half armors on Sand side.
seems like a bit of a map control
5
mistake
half armors on Genji's
Maybe they've
side.
got something very different in mind. It looks like they're setting up for another one of these garage splits.
At least just preemptively trying to get rid of some of the killjoy util. Turrets up, trying to spam one of the more common locations, but they don't.
They're going for the
creds.
creds.
It's been shifted and moved along, so none of those bullets will be landing. Drone up through C. Makes it feel like there is some presence and pressure being pushed up into it, but a lot of players just now sitting outside through B, wall up in their face again, creating difficulties.
And if they do decide to pop B here, Munchkin's going to be there fairly early with a snake bite. They're trying to go back towards garage.
Texture. He's trying to play an off angle to get ahead of this util that they might use to clear this, and he is ahead of the
Holy crap. We got 2. Nice. Nice one. That's it, bro.
into the moment still with 40 seconds left. There is room to breathe.
Do we have B?
Bit of a pause is called. Cage falls.
Okay. Ooh, clean
Second
second.
was not ready for that. Ferrari Peak in action here.
30 seconds left.
Tap, hoping that the rest of these
Nice one. Nice hits, bro.
of the open, and it leaves it once more down to Meteor. 1v3. A miracle round for him on the pistol round, and he did convert, but this one is a little bit more, at least tougher to chew through, isn't it?
Nice one.
Caught by John.
Nice one, boys. Nice one.
Two huge kills there from Sentinels. One from John, the other from Zekan.
Holy crap.
In B main. And I think
Whose monitor is it? It's so bright. What the heck?
after Texture got a double kill.
It's John's
John's
monitor. Holy
And
crap.
yet, really strong, quick aim coming out from John Cutie and Zekan to be able to pick off players on Gen G. Both Karen and Munchkin falling in those spots. It just opens up the whole site for them. Gen G are going to have to respect that. If Sentinels are shooting and they've got a firepower advantage early on in this game, well, a lot of things are going to change.
That's knocked Gen G down to that weaker buy. It's a good time to talk about, you know, the overall feelings heading into this match, because a lot of people would, I think, pen Gen G as the heavy favorites. That's understandable, considering Sentinels were slacking a little bit towards the end of stage 2. Ended up falling off a little bit, of course. Texture with a knife in his hands with a blade storm might be able to.
I was like, why is Texture having full armor? I saw he just showed it.
Switch though. Got to make the most of it. Meteor's back in there too, or in their face. Not thinking about it, but as it's dropped, Meteor is just out in the open, and this slow, cautious tail that's really being told by Sen across the map. It's working dividends.
It is, but because they didn't take A long control early on in the round, and they don't have drone, it's going to be tough for them to end A here. So their choices are between B and C, and that's mostly where the Gen G defense is. There are still opportunities for this to go wrong for Sentinels. They've got time on the clock. I'm not sure that John's going to be able to re-explore this entire area confidently. He's going to give it a go, though.
There's a stack of players at Gen G, at least.
No, no, please, no.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Day of the week, and so he does. An upgrade offered up, handle to them. Fault line into the corner as well. But
Oh
go into
my.
this one with a rolling thunder. It is committed. Still as an orb and a snake bite in your face.
Texture. Bro, they're not pushing in, but why?
Dodges the flash still. The reinforcements are here. This
Oh.
is the danger zone
Yeah.
for Sentinels.
I don't know. Why are they not committing?
Firepower. They're going to be able to bail yourself out. Texture can only do so much with that sheriff in hand, and the plan has to be stuck down. Bullet spraying and praying away.
Nice one. Okay.
Ready to lock it all down.
I'm struggling to get like. Why are they taking so much time? Was there Viper Molly there or something?
I'm really not liking the way that they're setting themselves up in some of these situations, because they're not taking
Was there
A
Viper Molly or something?
early
I missed it.
They limit themselves so
Need
drastically.
to say reset.
Yes, they're able to barrel their way through there. And yes, it doesn't matter too much that John goes down to the Bucky in short, but that got close and it had no reason to necessarily. They just found themselves stuck.
Nice run,
Important
boys.
for that A lobby control though that you were hammering home is going to be all the more here. Texture's got the operator in his hands, and I think this is being tracked by Sentinels now. Got a sight set towards it. It's a drone. Texture's ahead of this.
Oh, he whipped it. Bro, holy crap, Sassy got 2. Holy crap. Okay. He got an operator, but I mean,
that's a wonderful
upgrade.
play over towards Hey
That's
there.
good.
Adding the Soverall into the back of it too.
Bro, I think so this Phantom changes color or something. Earlier I saw it on white color.
Over the bricks early. He is often good for those. His aim's pretty spectacular with the op, but this time Sen.
Oh, they're
come out on top,
saving.
and Zekan's got that killer instinct just to rush him down early.
Yeah, they are not scared, are they?
I was talking about how, you know, not fully convinced yet at the way that Sentinels are approaching
Nice
the
one,
attack
boys.
side,
Nice
despite
one.
the fact that they've been good so far with rifles. in
Genji
hand.
is saving.
But if I'm looking at just the teamwork, coordination, their rifle aim, everything's looking very clean right now for Sen. And that A take inspired a lot of confidence in me. So far, it's Gen G firmly on the back foot here.
Yeah. Sentinel's coming out swinging as well. Don't let that 4th seed in Americas fool you. What a finalized finish as well for them in stage 2.
They had a 6-map win streak at the start of stage 2. Yeah, it's something that I think people have forgotten because they went out ignominiously from playoffs. And they'd lost to G2 right before the playoffs as well. But they're still a competent team, and if you catch them on a good day, woe betide you.
Yeah. You think about this Sentinels team as well. It's all been leading up to this. the big moment here at Champions, the end of the year. They started their year in Korea with the Africa tournament, and now looking to potentially lift even a trophy, but maybe getting ahead of ourselves here.
Oh, clean, bro, clean.
It's only the first match. Tens punishing the peak there. At least they all pick up onto Munchkin.
There are two people shot. I think so they should go back.
So this is that Viper wall I was talking about.
Their C is weak right now. I think so they should try C. Well, Zekken is watching.
Based on where they saw the Viper wall.
Karan, he wants to press forwards. He spots the barrel. He knows that there's a kill to be found. We'll claim it. Double
nice.
Is up, and the trade insights here for Sentinels. Seekers considered by Lucky are now offloaded here just for that extra information. But
okay, C is empty now.
About a minute on the clock here. They can afford to just slow it all the way down. But Meteor, again, the risks have to be taken.
But how good they do have reads?
Most of his util.
That's the question.
He needs to find a kill from
Meteor is here.
He has a free one on tens.
Backs to it. He's watching
Oh no! Oh no! There's smokes us down. Yeah, they'll have to go. They'll have to commit.
And without Munchkin alive, no Viper orb, C becomes much easier to hit. But there's always going to be that lockdown coming from Garage.
You see, Texture's Phantom is white. Oh, it's not upgraded. That's why. It's not upgraded. It's not maxed out.
Fall back into the long angle flash.
Oof.
Just about dodge here. Second has dropped. This is disjointed here by Sentinels. The aftershock has to get used now. Meteor.
No, bro. Okay.
Entry. It works to full fruition. Gen G. Beautiful work.
On the first thing, who was the one who died there? I don't know who died on the city.
I was also watching Texture's
That was the downside though.
Two breach flashes and Lakia's flash as well. He's spinning his crosshair left and right just to try to keep his vision intact so that he can help on the retake. But that's the first one with rifles in hand that Gen G get on the board. And it wasn't looking great for them until Meteor made that play walking down mid. When you're in a player disadvantaged spot, sometimes...
Oh, he dodged the flash, that's why.
Yeah, I mean, he's all over the place.
I was like,
so now,
how could he kill like that? He dodged the flash, that's why.
Look to take some A lobby control.
TP though, Lakia side by side.
Bro.
Not ready for that one, are they? Zekken. This catches one to the temple. Forced the back away. Texture's wondering which way to look.
You see that Tens went for the same teleport again. So every time the Viper wall's been in this spot, Tens has tried to TP into this cubby. But this time, Munchkin wasn't just sat there in the open picking up an ult orb. They actually fought.
Scout destroyed.
Slow and steady. This time Gen G not needing to take too many risky plays, wandering forwards here. The pit is going to be dropped at the minute mark. This is lovely.
3 people on A. Oh, they don't have raids or something.
But it also stops you getting any further info. I say that, but actually Karen, having gone on top here, is still going to be able to get info down short. So it keeps
That's
two
good.
players A on the defense side.
We still got operator on C.
To get through that.
They really are.
What are your options now? You haven't gone garage, you haven't broken the killjoy utility.
Walkabouts here. Oh my, almost time for the peak there. Yeah, almost there with a punish still.
That's the broken armor for Meteor.
Sentinels have only got 30 seconds to really work with into this one.
They're rushing in.
Disadvantage Tens, TP up top and away.
Nice.
Completely unaware.
Oh no, Lakia.
He's got to get a handle onto most of this one.
Nice. Nice.
Gen G have toppled.
That is an amazing play from Sentinels. Gen G always flood defend and try to pre-take over towards B. Zelsis tapped that knowing it was coming. I mean, he knew with 100% confidence that they were about to push through that smoke. Hard red.
Yeah, that was actually good by Jordan. Oh, he's saving up. Okay.
Munchkin not interested in playing for this one as well. Just wants to keep the op into the next. It's a big tool they're going to be using for their defense rounds.
A good choice.
It's time as well to talk about, the general feeling heading into this one. It was already kind of mentioned on the desk with the map pool stuff, with Haven being played. It's a map that we haven't seen much of Sentinels at all.
No.
And there's a reason that they picked it here today. They feel like there's weaknesses to exploit on Gen G's side. I would have to agree. When I was watching, it looked like one of the weaker maps for Gen G, surprisingly. It was my overall
I'm wondering though.
Like the map pool wasn't
Gen G is playing without Soul on Haven.
The weird thing about that though is I feel like we've seen Haven so
They don't even have breach.
So few teams at an elite level. But actually, I still feel like Gen G.
I think so. It's just an anything now.
From what we've seen,
That they use Soul and breach.
After watching more of other teams play like Sentinels here, But, you know, Sen had only played it once before this, into 100 Thieves, and they lost fairly convincingly.
And so it's hard to tell, right?
It's really tough to tell.
Size, yeah.
It's tough to tell who's going
Yeah,
on
this
the
was
Abyss,
good, man.
obviously, but
He
also
knew that somebody's going to pop up. Oof.
I think, you know, as we head deeper in this map pool, even more unknowns. The decider, if we got there, would be Abyss.
Oh, Abyss. I mean, I would love to see that map 3. Already into the round here. It's going to be quadruple face up in through mid. John QT stepping up late. Looking to send it straight through into the B side as well. A bit of spam into the smokes, aftershock as well. Nobody's going to be able to press their way forward.
Bro, what the hell is this?
Get dropped. That spam, I believe,
Holy crap.
coming out through the smoke. Trailblazer spotting it. Paranoia,
Oh my.
fund out for the back. Nobody's watching this 1 second. He's going to be dropped
No.
in. Trying to fight for the side control. It's all
They're
over
getting
the place.
sandwiched.
Sentinels
Ooh,
completely unaware, and a spray
almost.
down Transit just does not
Ah,
connect. Everybody
NT.
falls once more. This time,
Ah.
Sentinels drifting back to that spectator seat. And
I
Genji
had a
maybe
feeling
one
they'll
step
get
closer,
sandwiched pretty bad.
making it equalized at the half.
And Genji 1 step ahead there too. Notice how Sentinels were spamming into the smokes, expecting Genji to be set up for that pre-take, for that flood defend. And instead Genji hold a little further back.
Well, it is what
but
it
just
is,
a
I
little,
guess.
in order to not die to that early spam and get a big retake off altogether. These minute differences in timings are messing with what
Oof.
Sentinels were expecting. And especially if you get a freebie like that early on. But look how unexpected that timing was for them to go through the smoke.
Yeah, the Rolling Thunder just to try and fight for one of the extremities down towards B, just the slightest of timings that are off.
And that's how fast Genji adapt from one round to the next. It doesn't take them long.
There's a reason that they've made
They're
every
still-
single final so far this year.
This.
That's an accolade
Wait,
that
they're
not
still
many
trying
teams
B.
at all can even claim.
Oh my god.
Munchkin trying to stop this one
No,
as well.
no, no, no,
B
no, no.
attempts and push in, spots the player.
No,
Somebody's to
bro.
cover this one down and below.
Okay.
Stunned up, matters not. Second, just walking straight into this one. Still Karen is out.
What? What? That was insane. Okay, that was actually insane.
They push back any aggressors. And the spike drop down into no man's land. There are no chances left for Sassy.
Another spot where you feel like a Genji player's caught dead to rights, being double swung essentially. And the leader in terms of any Rookie of the Year awards pulls it out again, a 2K. Just a slight wiggle of the movement too to
Lovely,
shake
man.
off a few bullets.
Yeah.
Watching Karen is a delight.
This guy is so
Ooh.
damn impressive, and he's even the one to finish it here. 5 to
Indeed.
5, being that scoreline.
Ah,
You are right,
man, the
talking
match
about
is going
Rookie of
so
the Year
close.
Candidacy, I mean, there's not
What
many
is
that can
going on?
really hold a candle to them. One of them is in this server with him.
Yeah. I mean, John would be probably second, maybe Woot, it depends what your argument would be. But they're both so far behind Karen, they can't even see him in the race.
Yeah.
He's sprinted off into the distance, over the horizon. It would take one of those guys like John or Woot, winning champs, honestly, to overtake him for Rookie of the Year. Like you said, Genji have been in every finals, with a rookie player basically straight from ranked. That's insanely impressive.
Yeah, really never seen anything like it.
So 5-5, big recovery from Genji. Yes, they got the pistol, but it looked like Sentinels were in control in these rifle rounds up until recently. Sen going for a few too many plants on B.
Again, looking towards Garage. Seems like it's a pretty key part of what they're going for. Looking for a bit
Wait,
of
he messed up the
space
dart?
in case they're being held.
Whoa,
Operator
okay,
Meteor's
that's
call on
good.
the cross, though. Trying to weigh his way past that one. That's a leg shot. John Kitty barely surviving Seekers. Pushing forwards. Lakia smelling that
That was
blood in
bad.
the water. He definitely wanted to hunt that one out. So it's equalized 4 versus 4. And it causes that reaction now out of Sentinels. They're going to be walking
Holy
again.
crap.
It's a paranoia. It's a nanoswarm. It's an orb up in their face. Sentinels really don't have too many options here, but they're calling for the pause.
They have to go for the C-exec once the orb goes down, but this just becomes so obvious.
Yeah, and again, the players are meeting their match. It's Genji happily able to just try and fight this one.
Damn.
Fury, though, that was the extra.
No. No.
Right from behind, Texture follows up with a shot and still got to deal with these players. 2v2 now. 36
Bro,
seconds left.
nice. Holy crap, I thought he'll
The
whiff.
movement, Lakia will be drop. Texture 3 HP.
3 HP texture, 5 HP 10s, not 2. Oh, that's 100 HP on Jelsis.
It's an impossibility almost at this point, but at least the spike isn't down. It's the one thing working for him. But the weaponry is not. Plant from Zelsis stuck, committed. Needs to be held out here. Weak players all around. It's all about this first shot that lands. Finally, needs a second one. Dash now active. Doesn't know where he is, and it's wrapped all the way.
No, no.
You absolute animal.
Oh my god, bro.
He's such an incredible incredible player. Walking back
He
into
won
the
from.
backside
He
of
won with
Seat,
3
left
HP.
and right on
He won with
default.
freaking 3
That's how
HP.
Shorty, thinking that he'd killed
Oh
the
my
player,
god,
realizes
that's
he's wrong,
insane, bro.
Still has time, even when he guesses the angle
He's
correctly
laughing.
first, to readjust. It's just unbelievable watching
Sheesh.
these guys play sometimes.
Individual game IQ, it's off the charts.
It really is. You know, we can see we've got a mini map.
Yeah.
He's operating fully in the dark in this
Bro,
spot.
that's
And he's got
so
a perfect read on that
insane,
timing.
man.
Munchkin can't even believe his eyes.
What a delivery. Straight up a gift for Gen G, but all from the hands of Texture. And still now, look towards
4
the
on
final
A.
round here of our first half on Haven.
They're playing complete retake games, like, every time.
Sentinels have only been going A when they want to finish A. I think that's
If they have
problem
reads on A, they'll
with
just
the way that
stack
they've been doing
A.
their attack side calling. They're not really taking A control and then pivoting off elsewhere. Maybe this round they will, and maybe that'll be how they convert round 12.
Trailblazer broken, doesn't get concrete information. Just being held here by Sentinels. QT and Zelsis looking to try and break some of this util up through garage, maybe force and pull some of the rotations, but Gen G firmly stuck in the mud. They are not drifting away from this A anchoring spot with 4 players ready to receive.
I think if they break the turret, it will have to pull people off A.
That's what they're going to be trying to go for here. John QT with 40 seconds left. It's broken.
They didn't move a muscle.
Only just now, Munchkin, a TP at least, it's faked out.
The hardest.
Bro, oh my god. If they're going A, they're so dead.
Gen G, they put up all the barricades. They are ready to receive every single player. Full line over and through. Lakia inside the Cloudburst plays. Once inside of it, the wall up in their face. Sentinels cannot step past it. It's up to Sassy and more. With only 15 seconds to do it. Your options.
They'll have to go in. Yeah, they don't have option.
Updraft and away. Fade away with a Blade Storm. It's a flourish to finish, man. And only a few seconds remain before Gen G take this lead from first half of Haven. No time on the clock to play with. 7-5 will be what we stare at.
Incredible end to the half there. The time ended up being the worst killer at 10s.
Absolutely insane stuff.
What a way
Good
to
half, good half,
open our
good
first
half.
game of champs. I feel like this rematch of Masters Madrid finals
Freak,
is
this
delivered.
match,
We've seen
man.
some awesome
Why is
stuff.
this so intense?
We certainly have. This has just been dominance, and what a return of the fire from Gen G after a quite slow beginning, honestly, but unorthodox. But they are in the driving seat here for Haven. Sentinels map pick of our opening match of champs.
Oh, come on.
Oof.
Trade in any phone in any condition guaranteed and get $800 off the new Galaxy Z Fold 6. Only on Verizon.
Red Bull gives you wings.
What? It's going to be a hell of a month. Okay, I'll be back.
We're going to find out as well if Gen G can keep that momentum moving forwards. Be potentially a tough ask, honestly. Depends what Sentinels have got prepped up on their defense half. That's the trouble with a team that is coming into a tournament where they haven't really been showcasing much of their maps. I mean, honestly, the case for a lot of teams is, are you okay? Am I being baited? Is that real?
I mean, it's looking real. We'll see. We'll see. Going into the next half, whatever's happened down there. Going into the next half, though, again, my focus is going to be on pistols. I feel like Sentinels... So I talked a little bit earlier about how good Gen G are on the pistol rounds and how important that is. That's one of the big reasons that Vitality have surged forwards in EMEA as well, are those pistol rounds, bonus rounds. Sentinels right now, of all the teams apart from the Chinese squads, who it's difficult to get stats for, they're 12th out of 16 in terms of their pistol round win rate for all of the teams in Pacific, EMEA, and Americas. So that's really rough. If they can't get pistol rounds on the board in this series, it actually might not matter how good their Haven is, how good their Abyss is, if they wanted to close it out maps 1 and 3. You still need those rounds to be able to get your halves off to a good start.
Yeah. Just to take away one of those win cons from this Gen G squad that's determined on a bloody warpath, man, to try and essentially lay claim to a dynasty, I would say, heading into champs. This is a squad that we would have eventually made every single final this year. They could, possibly even make. And past that point, they've already lifted a trophy.
Absolutely.
The first one for Pacific. They've made history this year already. At this point, it's about cementing that legacy, that dynasty.
Yeah, Com, we heard earlier today, talking about legacy because he's going for that champions back-to-back. You know, Sassy, for Sentinels, also looking for 2 champions trophies, one of only 4 players in this tournament who could. But on the side of Gen G, I think if they win champs, maybe if they even just make the grand finals, they have a very solid claim to being the greatest of all-time team. And that's with Fnatic still in this tournament, with a very similar roster to the squad that won back-to-back at Lock-In and Tokyo.
I mean, their consistency is just unheard of, especially with how challenging this year has been. It's a very condensed schedule. Makes it difficult to just not feel the burnout over a certain amount of time here, but Gen G have been looking largely in charge here. The beginning here for our pistol round. It's all slow for now. Creeping and crawling up through mid, looking to see if they can get any of those early angles, just in case somebody's peeking for info on Sentinel's side. There's a trip in their face. Texture, it's going to be chewed up by that one. A couple of stray shots. Yeah, you flying in away. A tap as well for the reaction.
Wait, what?
Texture was intending to updraft onto the high ground inside that
The
smoke.
fake B.
The trap stopped him.
Viper's going A. And 4C, okay.
Yeah, peeking away.
Nice one.
Quite land the one shot that was necessary there. So Zelsis will push back that play that's occurring. The timing that's taken. Munchkin. Oh, wide open.
Oh my god. Yeah, they're going to go A, yeah.
So they tap B, fake C, walk in on A.
And it's an open site. Potentially a closed case, but still Sentinels, they do have that retake utility in their back pocket, just waiting for it to potentially come online. 17 seconds until the dart. Not too sure for the fault line. Dash still available. See if for Zekin in the back pocket. They're worried about these flanking players as well. Might find it difficult to get through, at least with this orb, but as soon as it goes down, you might see them take that timing. They are so concerned about these mid flanks. Not ready yet. Now the time to strike is here. Texture is way ahead of it, inside the smoke.
What is going on? Why are they not playing together?
They've missed it already. Texture still. Sassy. That's 2.
Time, boys, time. Come on.
And no one from Gen G is willing to even give him it. Ice cold from them, a tap onto the spike, no one out into the open, he has to stay.
Oh my god, NT.
Almost inevitable that they claim once more another pistol round here.
And that pistol was remarkable. The fake onto B, tapping it after Texture had failed to get onto the high ground, trying to get simultaneous C lurks and A lurks working. I don't think either of them were designed as fakes, it's more just as see which one works, right? If the guy dies over towards C, probably the guy on A is going to be able to find a timing. And my god, what a timing Munchkin found. He also got in position to throw that orb deep towards CT. As soon as the orb goes down, Karen throws a smoke and Texture's inside of it. Every part of that worked beautifully.
Yeah.
The small details are hammered out so well by Gen G. They've had a lot of practice, a lot of matches to be played this year.
Not willing to throw away that advantage they've got. Winning that pistol round. Taking it nice and slow, hoping that Sentinels will peek into them.
The cam from John Cutie was positioned a little further back in the previous round. It's going to be getting them good information on this side of the map.
Yeah, Trailblazer. Just a check in case there are trips there. Clears the way through most of the side. Not sure if it cleared Zekken off into the corner. They don't like what they saw. Gen.G instead now moving over towards the B site. Flash overhead, no connection there. Karon will stick this one, and the Gamble stack of Sentinels does not work out.
They got Viper Orb onto the plant. No Snakebite to work with, but double Nano Swarms as long as Meteor stays alive.
And everybody's looking all over the place here. Still Sassy's way ahead of the rest of his team, looking to try and trade this one. Black here is right there behind him. All the avenues watched, and everybody falls once more. So Gen.G, it's flawless on their anti-eco. Again, looking towards that bonus round. It's going to be more than healthy. Our kill leader of Texture looking just very much in control. 14-8.
Just took over from Sassy, who's having a remarkably good game out here on Haven, but not enough. Gen.G failed the first bonus. Even the best teams in the world, by the way, are still winning less than 60% of their bonus rounds. So it is a difficult round to be able to convert. But Gen.G with 2 bites at the apple here on this map, and a chance to run away with Haven.
Wall up. It's difficult to get timing here. Zelsis is holding his fault line, but all the players are already way ahead of him. Sassy.
That doesn't even stop them contacting.
There's no way.
Can't believe they didn't give it away there.
There's no way. They don't even spam. They're just all the way up, and it's all for
Where is that Viper Molly going down?
Flash. It's all offloaded, concatenated, out and over the top as well. It's down to tens.
Nice tens.
Locking it down.
Let's go tens. Come on, one more. Oh.
He's magnanimous. This guy will not be stopped. He denies any attempt to take that A site.
Gen.G
That was a nice recon though.
They should have had that.
That was a very good
A
recon.
dash into sight, an amazing flash from Zelsis to actually push them back just a moment, and Tens recovers after immediately being blinded in the midst of that exec. He's left on the floor in a 2v4.
That's what Sentinels needed. They're holding this one steady, giving up most of the A sites. Rifles are swapped around, noise is being made. Plant not even pushed back here, so Karon will be able to get that extension into the round, and got a feel with Gen.G. That's sometimes dangerous. You don't want to give them those options and opportunities. Oh, no. Karon inside the
Bro, these guys are throwing, man.
Dodging, weaving, TPing away, still being watched for Meteor 1v2.
Meteor whiff.
Transfer almost intact, but eventually it's
Nice.
Sentinels who paved the way to a victory.
And thankfully for Sentinels, all of Ten's hard work does not get discarded at the final hour. So they bring that gap down to 3. A little bit of damage done, not too bad for the Sen economy, but they're going to take a tactical timeout here.
It's the first one of the match.
Really beautiful play from Tens, must be said. Zekken is struggling. I didn't even realize at this point, to be honest with you, because I felt like he was getting into sights fairly well. But he's 5 and 13.
Yeah, struggling quite a bit.
And Zekken's one of those players that, yeah, from a map-to-map basis, maybe you could argue he's slightly inconsistent. Only slightly. But to be honest, in every major tournament, he's always the highest performing player for Sen. And he's actually gone up in terms of his ACS all year. Just tournament on tournament, from kickoff to Madrid to stage 2.
Wait, Sen took time out.
Better performances. So to see him at the bottom of the scoreboard right now, it's a little concerning. But if he wakes up, it could be the difference maker. I think that's something you've got to be taking a look at here, is whether Sen want to get an op into his hands, and whether they can from an economy perspective too. He's been buying the Outlaw in the last few rounds here, but he hasn't quite been where Gen.G are looking.
No. The money's just been slipping quite tight for them in terms of them just trying to get that operator. You can see opting even for the Outlaw here. You know, getting that sniper into the hands of at least a jet player. It's tried and true at this point on Haven. It's got to be a key part of your defensive protocols. But yeah, it's a bit of a bargain bin buy, isn't it? And only the 1/2 armor target of Texture.
Yeah, it's unlikely to find too much success. He's also been running at
What
C.
is this path thing that's been pinged down by Gen.G? It's going all the way through garage and through the back of it. See if they make a go of it.
Oh.
Of course, not running a Killjoy. It's going to be gaps potentially there. We'll see if Sentinels are able to cover it.
Just to look at the other side of the map as well. Recon Dart finally thrown out 20 seconds into the round. Because if you throw it out early, the Viper Wall is really
There is one
disguising.
back C.
Zekken almost caught contact. The Munchkins lurked his way up.
Oh.
I'm not
I think
sure
so. He
which one's
might.
even going to be the game changer here, A or C.
Oh, Ten's going for the peak as well as Barrels. Pointing out, trying to bait a shot out. There's no way. There's absolutely no way.
Bruh.
Like this once more. He's working magic over towards the A site. We're watching a bloody repeat. He's opened it up and calls for the TP. Immediate pivot. Caron, he's straight there with him. Turret broken down into mid here, but the A site is theirs. Now with texture removing John. The mid avenue completely opened up. Uncertainty into the back of Sentinel's minds, but they want to go to
Bro, what the hell? There are some good recons here. But they're not missing.
Up against the world. They're not being given
Bro,
an easy fight.
that is bad.
The movement ajar. Forced to save. Zelsis backing away.
And that is a brutal decision for Sentinels. Not one that they could have won at all, but their economy's going to be in a really rough state. Zelsis has got a bit of money, so has John. The rest of the team, dirt poor. Think about the way that Munchkin is getting space down short, right? If Sassy throws a recon dart at the start over towards A lobby, Munchkin's just going to play around his wall, and he's going to dodge it, and you're not going to get any good information. In fact, you might even get bad info and think it's cleared when it's not. So they need a different way of being able to get information there. You're either going to have to re-clear with the Sova drone from short, or you're going to have Zekken fight that. And Sentinels have not chosen either option. For all that they've got the rounds really close here, I think there's a ton of things that Sen could improve on this map.
I did
if
not
they
like
ended
that
up rematching Genji later on in the
at all.
tournament here. Or if they can figure it out mid-game.
Holy crap.
Early spam goes either way here. Zekken's dropped down to 48 health. Still ice cold. Watching for any sort of mid-presence.
No.
One of those spots where you might want to just give the gun over to your teammate. It's rough though, because Zekken really wanted to try to get aggro, but with only 48 health, what can you do?
And already the space is taken up here by Genji. Another perfect read.
Munchkin's IGLing, it is magnificent. I think people maybe didn't credit it as much at the start of the year, but defense side hard reads, attack side he finds the gaps so
I mean,
often.
These lurks on top of it, it's all coming together. This guy is just, he's a beast right now this entire year.
He really has been.
Deep flash, forward line onto texture, but there's plenty more util where that came from, buckets of it. Paranoia for a paranoia, just pushes them back and away. Sentinels be lucky to get anything. Still, Caron, drop towards the back, texture, phantom play! And that's a 4-piece, ace stolen away! Another ace!
Man, that's pain to watch.
This has been happening in Pacific over and over again. The last ace that Texture got was in April, man. He's had 12 4Ks.
Smiling. Oh my god.
He's had 12 4Ks since his last ace. Look at him. This one should have been it.
That was good though.
It should have finally ended. He's so funny.
Oh man.
I do love Texture. But can Sentinels find an answer? Now that they've got rifles back in hand, the gap has opened up to 5. It's almost looking insurmountable. It has to be now.
It has to shift now, doesn't it? Updraft, dash, up and over.
Whoa.
Follow it up as well.
Whoa.
He's in sight lines of texture. It's given up almost entirely and it's put the squeeze onto the Sentinels'
Oh
way.
my god.
They heard all that util. They don't know which way to look and they can't even get the kill drips online. Full line. That's a potential team utility to just come
Never mind, man. Sky's better than Breach and Sova.
It's panicked, it's uploaded.
They're just rushing in, and they have no answers. Sun has no answers for it.
Very nice pathing to bring
Damn.
out a crucial round, and Texture's looking to close it.
And he's just
Only 10s left.
right click but followed up by Lakia. That's the 12th round. And Genji one step now. It's all they have to take to lock up this map.
And I think if there was one round you could point to show that divergence of trajectories we were talking about at the start of this cast, where Genji have just gone from success to success, building on their grand finals appearance at Madrid, compared to Sentinels who've struggled really to recapture that magic.
That will be 19 rounds.
A beautiful call, fantastic pathing, and Sentinels scrambling, their protocols fall into pieces.
Or is it going to be?
Timeout now used by Sen.
Yeah.
It might be too late at this point. Their weaponry is so poor. They've got to try to.
Or is it going to be 27 rounds for Sentinels?
But then they've also got to be able to defend the C site, where they don't have nanoswarms, they don't have the
Let's
Viper
see.
to be able to work down there. They're probably not going to have 10s hard anchoring that spot. There's just so many questions being thrown at them. They do not have the answers on this side of the map.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Not just the fact that Sentinels have now got to do it with, again, weaker weaponry, knocked down to half armor. It's Bulldogs, it's Guardians in play. But just the ideas that you were mentioning. You know, they can't contest with Munchkin. He's been able to get free reign over towards A lobby, in through the A site, these lurks and timings he's taking. And it's so hard for Sentinels to even control this one. Typically, you'd want to do it with potentially like a jet op, but they haven't been able to get the money together. And even if they did, there's a Vibe Wall in their face.
Exactly, yeah, I must say that as well. Even if Zekken does fight short against that Viper Wall, it's really tough.
Yeah.
You have to be very smart, but also very aware that you can have that Viper Wall dropped on you at any moment, and Munchkin can threaten a fight. You know, our best duelists in the world can take those fights, and Zekken is capable of doing that kind of stuff. But Sentinels have decided they need him in Garage, maybe to try some kind of...
Zekken is struggling this match, man. I feel bad. 5-16.
Gen
Happens. Shit happens. It's all good.
There is that early aggression contact play
Happens.
called. And this is Gen G looking for that closer.
But that's sad to see. I'm just
Signs
saying.
over towards Garage. Instead, they set it over towards the B site. Celsius is watching this. Smoke up in his face. Flash up and over, Karen with a TP, and even a committal to the plan, but that's an aftershock to push him back and away. Dash still there, Zekken spots it, here's the one, but nobody's giving him an easy
But
fight.
it then did not smoke B.
Meteor
He smoked
dashing
now.
back and away, still with his B-side control, texture, he's put straight past it, and in front of that fault
Okay.
line, still won't survive. He's with the trade there, Flash in and through, over the back, 4v4. Back down, Norofef gives him that information, and a sight hold might be exactly what Gen G are looking to cook up. Munchkin still with that orb up in their face. Dart and a paranoia follows through, flooding back and away. Side players clearly
Okay, nice ulti.
they're committed now to the front. Sentinels have got to try and strike at least when the iron's hot and try
Nice.
and find these kills. There's one, two left to deal with.
Nice.
Finding them one
Nice.
after another.
Around
Both
exactly
initiator
when
took
they
away. Let's go.
Just as Gen G had got up to map point. We saw the same level of ideas from Gen G there. Going for the B exec, okay, that gets stunted by an aftershock from Zelsis. Let's try to pivot and crunch the player's garage. That also gets shut down by Zelsis. Then the breach ult is online. It's just a massive round from the Vibes Merchant. Selling wins as well here, but he needs to be doing more of it. The whole team needs to be doing more of it. It's not just down to him.
No, I can't really focus on individuals, despite the fact, you know, Zekken is sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard. It's been a while.
Shut up,
Even got a kill. It's
Zekken sitting at the bottom of the little bit. Shut up,
for any sort of bailout.
Shit happens, bro.
At the same time, you do want to be putting
I
your
mean-
duelist in a position to influence the round, right? And
I don't know what to say,
the fact
bro.
that we haven't really seen Zekken in those spots is a bit concerning. You know, again here, he's looking to try to find fights over towards B, and Gen G are heading in a different direction.
Trailblazer is never getting broken. It's just being given free reign to clear the way. Give space for Gen G.
I think you're worried in that kind of spot if you break the Trailblazer. Texture's right behind it.
Ooh!
Still Zekken
Oh.
with the adjustment.
Now say bottom of the leaderboard.
Uranium, and there is the value.
Stupid ass.
Had to come about through that sheer mechanical skill.
Here comes Munchkin. He's trying one of these classic A-lurks. Tens has been watching for it. He refuses to get duped again.
But there's a chance for the timings to be missed here. And which way is it going to look?
Oh my
Adjustment
god.
Again.
Oh my
Good
god.
plays from Tens and Zekken.
Holy crap, that flicks though.
Gen G back. It's just lurks and
double
lurks. Yeah.
It's the same
my.
again. Lurk up A and lurk up C at the same time. One gets broken, the other doesn't.
Yeah. Trip broken. Meteor. It's got an open side for them.
30 seconds.
They have C.
3v5 though, Brent. They're not going to close out the map here, surely.
But it's Gen G. You never know with this team. They really shouldn't.
Full breach utility for Zelsis. Sassy's going to have recon coming back online, but you probably don't want to wait.
Holy crap.
Shocky. Preemptive, at least with the debt. So one of the Nana Swarms is off. Meteor finds it. Still traded. Caron. That's a sweep from behind here now. The backstab, but maybe just pushing back and away. Lakia needs support and he needs help if this is even going to be doable. Flash in through the box. Smoke is up in his face. A tap in his way. That's a bit of spam to follow up. Caron. And now a lot more to do. Spike being defused.
Clean.
Stuck fully in Tens there.
Better Roman.
Defend him. Sentinels are still alive in this map. They're not going to be going down one map just yet.
6 chances for Gen G to close. Now down to 4. Sentinels pick up 2 retakes. both times happy to allow Gen G to get into the site, but then making sure that they deal with any extraneous threats. I mean, in this situation, they had a big player advantage too. It was a nice shot from Zekken. He's going to now pick up the operator heading into round 21. This is, I think, the first time that we've seen him with an op in hand, right?
Yeah.
He had 2 outlaws earlier.
It's definitely been rough for them to salvage that money together, but he's found many targets. Still a smoke in his face. We'll push him back. Going to be given that early sight line. Texture's even watching just in case he is updraft up onto the box. They don't like what they see. And they got to know that the money is available for that operator. It should be at the back of their minds as long as they're looking at the scoreboard.
That flash, down A short, and now the Trailblazer indicating that Munchkin did not find an early timing. Sentinels were not sure, but now they should have a good idea that this is actually the pack of Gen G.
How do you anchor it? Locked down, it's unconventional. Doesn't really stretch all the way out towards this A side. Sassy, drone, spots it. They're wondering if this is potentially fake pressure.
No.
Staying it just
Still
about
bro, still.
escaping 50 HP though, and now it's being fully
Oh,
committed.
look at.
The molly at their feet as well. They are separating these players, picking them apart. Nobody is allowed to anger this site. The setup and execute.
Oh my god.
And Tenza's got to make a play.
No! No!
Meteor, rifle in hand, leaving it to the 2. And only the Blade Storm. A rifle for John QT. They're going to need to be handed a couple of easy kills.
NT,
Meteor
man.
will not give them anything at all.
Nice try. Congrats, NG, for the first map.
Haven is theirs.
Oh god, that was a good freaking
Sentinels
match.
with a map pick that I think made some degree of sense. They had the VOD advantage, the tape advantage, and could try to anti-strap what Gen G were bringing. At the end of the day, those holes though, ironed out, and Texture looking fantastic with over 300 ACS.
What are the stats I want to see?
Unreal performance by
Stats, I mean leaderboards.
Really just
Sorry, the scoreboards.
not just another trophy, but also that undisputed title. We've still got plenty more of the series. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Four K 240 Hz, 30 inch, 31 inch. How much was it? Oh, it's 32 inch. Should we check it out? Bro, they're about to reach 1 million subscribers. What was it? It was something like this, I think so. The best gaming is the gaming you can see.
first map.
What happened to her
Now,
mic?
Solo, we know that Gen G is known for very amazing energy on stage, but today they were a bit more serious. How differently did the team prepare for this particular match? We have Jen to help with some translation.
감독님 오늘 선수들 표정만 봐도 뭔가 평소 때는 굉장히 즐겁게 게임을 하는데 오늘은 좀 더 진지하게 좀 몰입을 하는 모습이었거든요. 센티넬 상대로 특별히 준비했던 부분이나 마음가짐의 변화가 있을까요?
확실히 챔스기도 하고 저희가 또 서울에서 하는 것만큼 유일하게 저희가 센티넬한테만 졌기 때문에 그래서 무조건 이기고 싶다? 뭐 그런 게 좀 진지해 무조건 이겨야겠다는 생각이 있어요. 개막전이기도 하니까.
Yeah, of course, we were taking things more seriously because it's champions, also the first match of the champions in front of the home crowd and our home ground. So we are motivated, and they're the only team that beat us at a global event. So for us, we really, really wanted this win. So yeah, everybody's just getting their focus in, having their serious face on.
A lot riding on this match. Let's see if Gen G can close it out.
Bro, they call Solo out just for one line.
Victory on Haven as Sentinels picked that map thinking maybe they had a little bit of a read based on what they saw at the playoffs of Pacific, but instead, exactly what Brennan Sideshow said, they ironed everything out, they plugged the holes, and they walk away with the win.
And I think we did see those issues to start. I think Sentinels had a lot
I'm going for 4K Ultra HD. Screen size 32 or 37 inches.
Their defense that I think defined their game with a lot of really fast adaptations, Clint.
Yeah, no. They do a really good job of coming up with unique ideas on the fly.
Oh, wait, I saw something.
Coming at you from angles you're not expecting.
At the same time, sometimes.
Yes, exactly. Like, they're really good about coordination. One of the best things that Gen G has in their arsenal is that they are extremely patient and they are always trying to work together, always trying to make sure that their retakes are in unison, that the players are swinging together, all those things. That's what it's made them. One of the things that has made them so good.
One of many.
The casters were talking about this, but I think they did a really good job of varying the pace of their retakes. We saw a lot of those fast flood defenses that they're known for, but also a lot of slower rounds where they were leaning into those set retakes on B, on C that were also really effective. Sentinels in Madrid was known as a team that was great at disrupting teams' retake attempts, and I think it was really impressive how Gen G was able to shut that down and still find success on these set plays.
Yeah, I will say one thing. When we swapped sides, though, when we were seeing Munchkin with those lurks, I mean, that was devious. That guy gave him no quarter whatsoever, Clinton. Like, is that what we should be expecting as we get ready for Ascent?
He doesn't do it as much
What?
on Ascent. It's more like a Lotus, Haven, like some of the maps where he has a little bit more room to maneuver kind of thing. But it's because he does such a good job preparing. He works his absolute butt off studying these teams. Like they talked about it in Shanghai where everybody else is playing ranked and grinding. And he's out there with an iPad just watching teams 16 hours a day, just trying to get reads on them. So that's part of the reason he's able to do some of these lurks.
Jeez.
And I mean, some of these rounds Gen G were winning were honestly criminal. The pistol round and this texture clutch that we just watched were stolen, quite frankly. But it just shows that, well, Gen G is known for the honest Valorant, the really good setups and team play. Their individuals are ridiculous to pull rounds like that off. If those two clutches didn't come through, this would have been a lot closer a game, and I think would have given a lot more opportunities for Sentinels to build some momentum into this.
Yeah. Well, and that goes back to what we talked about in the pre-show, that Gen G wins round, they have absolutely no business winning.
Yeah.
And this happened in the pistol. It happened in that round with Texture. 3 HP. He's the one peaking those angles with the ops, too. They're holding in one case. Tens is just holding that angle, and Texture still wins that battle. That's how fast he is. And moments like that is what make this team so difficult to go against, because you can be as prepared as you want. You can set up great crossfires. You can do a lot of good things, and Gen G can still break you.
I do think it does bear mentioning, though, that this was kind of something we saw in Americas as a problem for Sentinels. These slow starts. In their 2 matches that they ended up losing, they only won 2 pistol rounds in them. And it was the same here. They're losing out on pistols. They're starting slow. They're not getting the opening picks and setting, I think, Zekin up for those big moments he's known for. And this is a really scary prospect, I think, now going into map 2 against a team who looks like the best in the world.
Well, you know, you mentioned Zekin. I think it's
or 169.
his stats at the bottom there, and I think
I'm 13th. What the hell?
Like bad necessarily from him, but it was
7
I
MS.
think it was by his
Yeah.
standards. He's normally lights out like
Well,
that.
I was
So
going to say
very.
that we praised him for his consistency, but something you had noted was he never really had an opportunity to like get going,
Sure.
you know? And I think that again is just another credit to Gen G for being able to
Okay, no,
identify
no.
that, shut it down, and handle business.
That
Yeah,
is
I mean,
not
there
how
were
it
rounds like
works.
in the final round, he's got the Blade Storm and stuff, but the round's basically over by the time he gets there. Like Genji is doing such a good job
Why
of
is it not
picking players
working?
apart,
Yeah.
finding those early picks. I mean, the first blood percentage for Genji has been through the roof throughout this entire unit. It's not just texture; it's everybody on that squad is really good at finding those first bloods. We saw with the Munchkin lurks, Meteor does a great job with it, anchoring sites as well. So all of those things create tremendous problems for any team they go against, whether it be Sentinels or anybody, and you're left scrambling to try to find answers.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, I think it goes without saying that this Gen G team is so well put together. But now, let's go ahead and see what we're going to get as we get ready for map number 2, Ascent on the horizon here. You know, with Ascent, not much changes with this, right? Because we know what that bog standard is usually going to be. But again, you know, you look at this, you look at Gen G and the way that they're playing. I mean, this is dangerous territory right now for Sen.
It certainly is, but Sen is starting on the defense. I think the biggest
It's so scary. Okay, I'll be back.
getting Zekin back into positions
Holy
where he's getting
crap, I'll be
kills,
back.
get that operator online. If he gets into the groove,
Be right
that's make or
back.
break. But the other question is,
I need to fill my water
be
bottle.
playing here because they
Give
were
me
experimenting
1
with a
minute.
lot of the deadlock ideas
Oh, yeah,
in
that's
stage
right.
2. Some of it I think was better than others, and I felt like this Ascent map needed a little bit more work. You compare him to a team like Leviathan, who is also playing that agent, and I felt like they didn't have the same depth of ideas and strategies built up around it. But they've had a lot of time now to prep if this is the idea they are committing to.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that, because I don't think there's going to be any change in what Gen G does on this map in terms of agent comps. I'd be shocked. I might have a heart attack and fall off the stage if they do, because they're.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Let's get the cameras on you for that one. You know?
Yeah, please don't. But no, I mean, like, they're the best team in the world on Ascent in my book. They were undefeated on it in Stage 2 of Pacific. Very few teams have been able to beat them. So it is going to be the kind of comps that both teams have been running with. And for Sentinels, I think for me, the biggest thing about Deadlock is you have to be so smart with how and when you're placing your utility and how you're playing off of it. It almost, in a weird way, reminds me of Yoru, where it requires a tremendous amount of coordination and a tremendous amount of discipline to play it properly, but if you can pull it off, it looks amazing.
I think Deadlock is really strong on the attacking sides, how you can stop flood defenses, how you can set up those sensors to really build incredibly strong post plants. But on the defense, I think that Gen G's style plays well against it. We saw this when G2 played Sentinels. The slow default style, working around the utility, breaking it down. I think Gen G is good at that, but Sentinels have a lot of tools. This is a comp that only has one VOD out of it for Sentinels, and they have a chance to come back into this series if they can look good.
Yeah, this is a big, big opportunity for the Sentinels to be able to climb their way back into this series. But for Gen G, they're right there to be able to get that revenge against a team that, you know, has been their kryptonite from time to time, at least once.
We heard it from the coach, the only team who has beaten Gen G at a global event. If they could get their revenge to start this champs run in Seoul, would be massive.
Yeah, that's right. Gen G just one map away from avenging their loss at Masters Madrid. Let's see if they can pull it off in front of the home crowd and send it back over to your casters. Brennan Sideshow.
And Gen G are the heavy, heavy favorites here. I mean, this is an Ascent map that they are potentially the best in the world at, I think, currently, for teams at the event. They look so damn good, and for Sentinels, as much as there's not been a lot of tape on them with this comp, it is not a good map right now for them. They have to come out with some miracles, and it has to start here with the pistol round.
They've gone for that double sheriff approach.
And a double fight out through, straight from tiles. Does not work out in their favor. Play this advantage now.
Munchkin figuring out, how can I go for a lurk against this? It's a decent counter to what Munchkin was doing on the previous map.
going to lay
But also
down
the
and
fact that
watch.
the wall is used so early, generally you want to be playing slow attack sides against the deadlock. The wall struggles to get value.
Lakia might be considering throwing close here. John. Is that a grab net? Slow down the approach here. There's a flash overhead as well, but now looking to try and anchor back in a way. Sassy Supplementing it, couple of shots now fired off, and Russell.
Let's go, Sentinels, let's go.
Just yet, still dropping down low, but it all lays down now into the lap of John QT. What can he do? A lot of players now here in the drop down.
Okay, nice.
Right through, and it does set up the bait and switch. Caron happy to oblige, straight in there. Now the plant coming online.
Celsius coming around behind as well.
Come on, come on, Celsius.
Just exec from this.
Bro, yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Why? Munchkin was the only one to actually collect any sort of B main presence. Now walking his way through, baiting, Texture, dropping back and away, Texture and Caron. These guys have been difference makers. And once more,
no, not again like this.
And the shots just not connecting for Sassy. Only 4 HP and a dream it will just remain to be. It's a pistol round for Genji. Nothing out of the ordinary for this squad.
Not at all. 3 out of 3 in the series. I think it would be wrong to say that Haven came down to the pistol rounds. I think Genji were the better team there. But an entire series where you don't win pistols is almost impossible to win. Sen need to be working on these. They didn't get a good beginning to it, and Genji managed to close it out there towards the end as well. Just hitting good shots, double body shots all over the place with those sheriffs.
Gamble here by Sentinels. Knife not dodged just by Zelsis. I believe he's the only one who looks like he is suppressed right now. Hoping that Genji might just walk into it, but
yeah,
listen, they weren't born yesterday, but this team.
When I'm away from you, I miss your touch.
A nice trap play though, because
been difficult for me to
you're expecting
trust.
trap plays to be run off the Cypher cam usually, and this one's off deadlock contact. So I think there's a chance that it gets value, especially considering Munchkin and Karen's positioning. But right now they're not taking an inch.
No steps forwards. Waiting it out. Making either team stew, to be honest. It's a series of unknowns going through their heads.
And as Tens takes contact, this whole trap is going to fall to pieces.
Paranoia in his hands. He's just jiggling out with the util. Does get a good connection. 3 players going to be pushed back and away, and a TP as well for himself. Just to disengage. Grab net, calling. The play is made. Caron! You gotta be joking. Just with that sheriff in hand. Goodness me. Even when the ideas are good, even when they try and go for the preemptive strike, it's still not good enough. I gotta see that again. Show it from his POV or something, man. I mean,
the amount of 4Ks that we're seeing coming out from Genji as well, where one player just steps up and takes over the round.
Yeah.
Karen's got 8 kills already. What on earth are we watching? And that means they've got 3 rifles for the bonus too. I mean, take a look
Man,
at
I'm
these shots.
sad.
Revnet comes out.
Listen, dude, I mean, come on. I know it's against an eco, but still, as a Gravnet, he's locked down in place.
Yeah.
He's ice cold.
Sentinels,
am
Odin
sad,
comes
bro.
online for Sassy. He can try to reinforce the B site. It's super difficult to get through right now. A nice shock dart from Lakir as well.
Yeah.
Getting rid of that sonic sensor. I don't think John pulled it back in time. B looks devastatingly difficult to hit though. Especially if Sassy was Odin wallbanging this, but he is rotating off.
Yeah, timing potentially missed there for Sentinels up through mid. Genji has the makings of a B split, putting a lot of pressure and asks onto Zelsis.
So the cam covers this. Off cam contact, Sassy can spam, but it's not a great spam angle. It's good for damage, not good for kills usually.
That tags onto Zelsis. The setup is going to be dropped down and away here, walking through.
I say that.
Sassy, bit of spam damage. Just through the choke point. Genji's still going to get easy access though to that B site. So Plant will be online and inside for them second. Biding his time, hoping that somebody will just open themselves up. But as the doors drop down, Texture! You gotta be joking!
You're not allowed to do that!
There's no way! Running and gunning inside the cloudburst. Taking names. 4v4. Too much to clear, surely. Meteor crouched up. This is unorthodox in terms of the angle, and of course it is. Rips them all away.
Dismantling all of the trap setups here, taking out the cam early, making sure that Sassy doesn't have that wallbang spot. He goes over, gets a kill in the other side, and then Genji are pulling kills out of really unexpected spots. The one from Texture, I'm sorry, that one's illegal. That one is illegal. But Meteor's play as well, it's so nice. They've got Karen ready to back him up if indeed he needed it.
Yeah.
Texture is also there playing aggro. It's not just a solo play, that. And yet, even if it was a solo play, he still would have won the round for them. That's the power of this Gen G team.
Right here.
Each of their players has got such a nice read on the game. And I think we don't remember enough what player development they've done too. Meteor was a bit of an all-aim, no-brain duelist player before he joined this team.
Certainly was.
Now,
GG.
and a brain to match.
Yeah, and a team as well. It's just right there beside him, all on the same page, cooking up plays together. They're aware of just any obstacles that might face them as well. You can see it just the way that they even approach rounds like this. It's against an eco round. A lot of teams will sometimes just run it straight into a site.
Oh, I'm
Disrespect the
sad,
slow it down and
man.
make sure that they can methodically try and pick apart what these Sentinels are doing. If there were any concerns, I think, about Gen G potentially being shaky and home soil and a home crowd, listen, that was kind of pushed back at Shanghai when they were literally the villains. All the way through, it's an open side again over towards A.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, what incredible range of emotions that they will have experienced in their last two international events. Madrid, a crowd that was neutral towards them. Shanghai, a crowd that disdained them, I think. And then here, where they're the hometown heroes.
The idols, man, on the big stage.
I was walking in today, and as they rolled up, some fans, it's like the back of the building where people don't really, you know, think to come. It's not like Gen G announced what time they were going to arrive at the venue.
Yeah.
People, fans from Seoul, clustered, watching them exit the van, screaming at the Gen G players. This team is popular out here.
Absolutely.
And they'll be even more popular if they have a big run at champs, or even if we can dare to dream, if they can dare to dream, lift the trophy.
They've already done it once. First time it's been done for Pacific. That was Gen G who did it. Despite the expectations, I think most of us were probably looking towards a team like PaperX, maybe even DRX at points to be that team. But they've had a crazy story from the beginning of this year where the expectations were honestly at their lowest tier, and a lot's going to be asked for again of 10 to smoke down.
Oh my god, 10. That was some clean shot. No.
And the main players happy to fire through and follow up on all of it. So despite the heroics, it might not even be enough here for Sentinels. No command. Supers its way, but finally fading, and now a very deep lockdown is going to be used by Meteor. Drone broken, slight tag, double faced up and out, but just missing the shot.
Are they even going to get out?
I don't know. Detainment
All
on the
three?
Yeah, all three.
All three
Time to hunt.
detained.
It's time to chase. They know it. They can feel it. Texture. Time waits out. Oh my. Barely skirting away. It's going to be a comedic finish at around here, potentially. A punishment in sight. There's still time here for Sentinels to make a play towards this one, but second retake with the operator again adds another level of difficulty. It's all about how they manage this one as well. That late backstab that might be occurring from Meteor. Is it going to be caught? Celsius sticking out onto the fuse, half already.
Oof, let's go. Let's go. That's my team. That's my team.
There is no way
That's ridiculous.
that Sentinels have just won a round where all three of the retakers got detained. There is no way that I just watched that. There's no chance. I must have got something wrong. Surely that was John Cutie's ultimate. What? The brain is baffled and befuddled.
All started with 10s. This guy here, I said he's going to have to do a lot there in that spot, and he did. He delivered. He got the 2 that was needed. And as soon as the detainment wasn't followed up on, offered up an easy kill onto Texture.
I mean, it's not like Texture really could have followed up on it, I don't think.
It's so far away.
All right, so that's a bizarre round for Sentinels to get on the board. I don't think you'll ever see anything like that one again. Certainly not replicable, if you want to talk about that. But they keep the Odin. It's magnificent for their economy, which could have been shattered.
Always a way. Start gassing up a team in terms of the storylines about them lifting trophies, and then watch the fumble in place. Operator held, but not the back. Still a few shots fired off as well. That drone has to be broken.
Oh, nice, Celsius.
Locks it down, holds the line, and now evacuates back and away. Adjustment of bullet.
Nice, Sassy. Nice, Zeka.
That is it. Sentinels, complete control of this B site. Spike dropped down, and with the trip,
Damn, that
alerting
trip.
exactly to where Munchkin's presence is. It's another round that's inevitable here for Sentinels, and at least that second one, Justin Flick missed, at least with the op.
It is inevitable.
It should be. Unless you give him the ones, we're blinded up. Ten's happy to just jump on the chance and pounces straight into mid. So maybe this is what we were looking
Nice.
for. Nice. Defensive setup. When you're running in a Cypher deadlock composition,
buddy.
I think most of the time you're going to be wanting to try to hit them as they come through choke points or as they hit your utility. You're looking to follow up on trips, on stuns, to op them or Odin them before they even exit and get into the site. That's one of the rounds where we actually see Sentinel's comp functioning. And because Zelsis was able to win a really crucial duel against Meteor too. So what have Gen G got? It's going to be Zekken looking towards top mid, hoping they can get a cheeky one at the beginning against somebody like Meteor.
Drone up though. This will push him back. It needs to be broken by the rifle fire, but it's not done in time. And almost a punishment there. It was an over the top with the knife, almost getting that suppression off. He wouldn't have been able to escape.
Look at this deep trip though. The trip is not where that shock dart just went for it. It's all the way close towards mid. Almost right where Meteor's back was.
Yeah, so Lackey's shock darts that he's fired off, offloaded into mid. Not going to be getting too much value. Tens has to use the TPs, barely out of dodge.
Nice.
There's a connection.
Bruh.
Down and
that's
through.
the spike.
Texture has to drop them. He's through and out. They're going to try and flood themselves
My
in.
God,
GG.
bro.
Happy to fight them straight
Are you
back at
kidding
you.
me?
Second, Bladestorm now increasing that tempo and even offered up a rifle. Charon now with the plant. 2v3. Dart fired off. No reveals inside, but jumps
Nice
around
shot,
and
bro.
through and away with a right click. Zekken, he's on his way to an ace. But Lackey in his back pocket, at least with that Hunter's Fury, he's got that backup plan.
One hell, one
Policy
main.
Charon still going to be nested up. Holding deep tucked onto the A side is a difficult player to try and clear. Sentinel's now making a call to double up. They don't have a dart. It's 20 seconds until that arrives, and it's going to be too late if they try and wait this one out and through. Time already ticking. Smoke is just mind games from Charon, making them spam away, and they got to stick this one here, and they still haven't found it. Wincons are just dashed away to the win. Time? And there is no time. Ticking at this point. Sassy knows it. Gen G with their fifth.
Come on. Empty.
Some
Nice try, nice try.
Watching Lakia be taking out Karen with the Hunter's Fury towards the end, but just making sure that Sova was in play, just in case his his Smokes player fell in hell. Gen G take another one. And this is a round where it looked like Sentinels, again, their system was working. They got the Annihilation off. It grabbed a player with the spike. But I don't think they were anticipating as heavily that it was an A split and someone could retrieve that player. Pulled out of Shelob's grasp at the final moment. And we're into the next round, where Munchkin, I think, is the player to watch here. That null command is spectacularly powerful against Sentinel's composition. And you see here that John has put his stuns on the exact opposite side of the map.
Hoping if the ult does get ripped off out towards the A site, they'll be able to at least play around, like you said, the sensors, the stuns.
In some sense, Zelsis is the bait here. He kind of wants to be seen, be shown, and then you run into A and forget about the deadlock util.
Right here.
Knife over the top. Tag out through main darts. Meteor
Oh.
barely alive.
8 SP.
Tyson with
That
death
was...
there, buddy. Drop down to 8 health. Will be able to survive though, and now regroup with the rest of his team.
A split, null command.
You're walking up, Cat.
Watch out for these sensors.
Yeah. The pressure's going to be on immediately. What have they got to even answer this? Flash clear. Cam over the top here. No command as well as the dart. Does reveal all. Both players, in fact. Tens and Zelsis, the position is noted. Recognized, stunned up, but there's no follow-up. Tens, he can't take easy fights. He's worried about it. He swung from main as well, picked it apart. I mean, methodical is what you call that. Gen G. There was no easy access, no fair fight to be taken for the anchoring players. Dodging and weaving the entire way through.
The Gen G protocols on attack, when they hit the A site, they're magnificent. They're always guns out, not scaling too deep into the site, holding, waiting for that peek from the defender, holding heaven, waiting for the backup to arrive. You know, making sure that they're not caught in transition, running forward, trying to rush things.
It's the little jiggles of movement, just trying to bait them out, and it just makes the anchoring players feel so alone.
Yeah. You don't know if someone's going to run at you from left side, from right side Jenny. You don't know if someone's going to run at you from Dice. And the whole time, Gen.G are actually just making you afraid, making you swing, and then ready to punish you. It's really excellent stuff. All the best teams in the world are going to have some level of that approach to the A site, but Gen.G looking perfect with it.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things anyway that makes them best in the world on this map. I think they're demonstrating it here. You're noticing as well that the deadlock, I gotta say, it's finding very little value.
Yeah.
The walls, it's difficult to find a good timing to use that mesh barrier, or barrier mesh, sorry, because Munchkin's happy to call a slow round where it just expires. So if you use it in the mid round, okay, that's fine, but Gen.G are probably going to pivot in another direction.
Yeah.
And the stuns, I mean, in that round, Null Command comes through. There's double stuns on site.
But it doesn't matter.
No possibility of a follow-up.
It just doesn't matter.
At that point, they're cosmetic.
Yeah. And Tens, when that hit was coming through, not sure what ended up happening. Even if he had smokes available, I think Null Command would have stretched past him, would have prevented him from being able to lock off that anchoring main side. But you feel it when he doesn't have the util available, when they're all cut off and away and suppressed. They had no option. They couldn't take the fight by swinging out from Gen to try and play off the stuns in the first place. Gen.G looking unstoppable on Ascent, as we were all kind of expecting.
I think there are things that Sentinels can adjust here, though. First of all, they could try doing some reclears over towards A main with Gravnet and a Paranoia, something like that. Alternatively, if they wanted to fight over tree control, that would be another good adaptation, I think, because Gen.G have been doing a lot of A splitting.
Yeah.
And the other thing they could try to do is tuck Zekken in the box at back heaven with his operator.
Well, you
so
say that.
When the hit comes through, he's there ready to collect.
They are pinging that spot already, Gen.G, heading into this round.
I think that's because Karen is about to ult over there, though.
Okay. Okay, all right. Show me something, Gen.G. Show me what you've been cooking. Well, might be that potential for it to spot out these players. Early Paranoia lets him take that control out towards A. Tens in through Y, and he's in danger though. Has to dodge and around way, can't survive it. Karen out the back, John QT. That's a bullet to the brain. With him dropped off now, there's possibilities.
shot, bro.
Options are now opening themselves here for Sentinels. The barrier mesh not to be broken. Doesn't even stop the bullets as well. Still with those sight lines just being set
Come
by the
on,
Sentinels
dude.
players.
Ah.
Second's got it.
Great adaptation from Sen.
Oh no.
Surely Gen.G
There's
can't
no way.
recover it.
There's no way.
I mean, John is stuck here.
They know where he is. There's a Nano swarm to try and clear him out of that corner.
If it hadn't missed, John would be a dead man.
And he has called for the reinforcements. Two players ready to at least swing off of his contact. Dart is broken here.
Damn, Johnny.
Finally delivering.
Damn, Johnny.
Not enough to see he can at least find a way to pave his way to that victory in the round. So Sentinels are still alive. For now, it feels like almost every single round is just on the precipice. It's almost incredibly labored, but they are managing to string them together.
Yeah, and I think good, you gotta credit the tactical timeout there. They get Tens into Wine. Could he have been cleared? Absolutely. Should Texture have maybe waited a second for the fragment grenade to come through? Yeah, also. Yeah. But Tens does get the value from his positioning there. And on top of that, there are multiple layers of backup. John is fighting it. Zekken's got the op there too.
What the hell was that trip?
And now Zekken makes his way
Wait,
over
I'll
with
try
the
it.
operator to Cat.
Wait.
Like I said, this is a spot that Gen.G have been walking down. If they feel bold enough to go for something where, you know, they can smoke off tiles and have him peek towards top mid, Zekken could try to get more bold than he is. Problem is, normally you need teammates to help you, and this is quite a passive comp.
Yeah.
You don't have a KO player or a Killjoy player that really wants to be holding angles for your op.
Gen.G just trying to sow a bit of confusion into this round. They've already inserted Charon right at the beginning. He has a main control. And now looking to see if they can break some of this util towards B, farm up the orbs.
And if he does farm the orb, he'll have the null command.
Are you going to try and fake this one or what? No, Texture's back up towards top mid.
Because Munchkin didn't have ult to start the round,
Yeah, they're going
Celsius
to.
is not in an anti-KO ult spot. You know, both
Yo has
Sentinels are
ulti,
playing
they
next to their
love.
utility, which means null command
Push
is
it
used,
in.
and all of it goes offline.
No trips, no
Don't have to worry
smokes
about
for
that.
it, then they'll struggle.
Looking like it's heading towards that A side as well, again being called. But it's 30 seconds now into the round. It's getting a bit, I think, a little bit
They're
tight
doing the
for
tree push
time for
again.
Gen.G.
Yeah.
You have to make a good go of things, and it's all expected. stack of players of Sentinels.
First time the wall's in the right spot.
Yeah, and there it is, dropping them off. Here with an ult command. It's going to be sweeping through now. Dark around to the side. Texture is not watched for. This guy was already just fast up onto the line, and with all the util down, again, you might as well roll out the red carpet. Plant down now. Gen.G are ready. They've got the protocols in place just in case there are signs of that util. Meteor holding it tucked up close as well. There's no follow-up. Again, still up and over. Able to trade it. The door into their face and a full sight defense occurring here by Gen.G. Nobody
nice,
to try and repurpose
3 on 3.
through A main. Everybody locked onto the sites here, but the one way they choose to fight this one. They want to hold it down, and again, this retake is getting more and more difficult. Dart immediately dealt with. Time is ticking away. Sentinels running out of those options. Double
nice.
up, high-low. Try and push
Let's go, last guy. Let's go!
And he will fall in the end. So, just in time here for Sentinels.
Oh, look at that as well.
Yeah, only about a second on the clock, though.
Whoa.
Look at that.
Yeah, right on the money.
A good round from Sen.
Nice
in
round,
terms
Sassy.
of how they
Exactly.
squeezed Gen.G. That pressure coming through, double swing over towards Heaven, making sure that they dominate that angle. The Gen.G players in the post plant couldn't hold it, ended up giving that up and tucking into positions like Dice and Hell.
Experience is helping Sassy.
At that point, Sen have found their opportunity. Crucial kill. And Gen.G gonna take their first tactical timeout of the match.
Wow.
Their first tac timeout of
Oh my god.
champs.
What is
Coming
wrong?
in round 11 of map 2. Even if they get a good adjustment out of this, you know, they're not going to put together a much better attack half on the end. 6 rounds is already astonishingly good. But it must be said, the Cypher Deadlock comps, they tend to perform counterintuitively better on attack.
All the ways to try and fight for that extremity control. You know, you can lay down sensors, much like they're trying to do, at least Sentinels, on their own defense. But yeah, it's quite a few unknowns, I think, of how Sentinels might be looking, at least with this composition. Tier 2, North America, has been playing this comp a lot. There's a lot of footage, a lot of playmaking possibilities as well. If John QT has been doing his own work, at least with the Annihilations, and whatnot, grab net re-clears.
Yeah, and I just want to say for a moment that Zekken has rebounded from bottom of the scoreboard to the top. If you look at him all year long, Zekken has been amazing. Like I said, getting better and better all year. Tens has been consistently at the top, even though they didn't make Shanghai. Zelsa has still been good. It's actually been John who's dropped off in terms of his fragging, his output a little bit, compared to his astonishingly strong Madrid performance, where they lifted that trophy. I'm paying attention to John and how he gets his rifle impact in a lot of these rounds here at Champs.
Zekken not caught in the transition there, just trying to exit out of Wine, and there's plenty more players where that came from. Gen.G, we're going to try and go into this one fast, tempo increase, Tens taken out, Zekken followed up to trade in sight. Only gets the one down, which was Texture. Dart revealing quite a few of them. Locked down by Meteor, this is unconventional.
I like it though. You know, we saw Sentinels before get 3 detained and still win the round. They're in a 3v4 situation here though, and this should allow a great plan. I mean, this one also planted for short. If they wanted to send somebody on a wraparound,
very heads up.
Perhaps Lakia is going to take that option.
Right here.
It's around here, drone's going to be used again. Set that stage here. Tag up, got to remove it. It's first piece of util for it, but Gen.G stalwart defense that they've really cooked up here now that they've at least taken control of the site. Look at that. As soon as they hear the footsteps and the util, it's a dart and Spout out from below, and already the players have repositioned. Spike is ticking away, and Sentinels realize it. Has to be that save, have to back away.
How many rounds do Sentinels need, even if they were able to get pistol, their first of the match, and be able to carry some momentum forwards on their attack half? I think anybody that wants to see Sen recover on Ascent here, gotta be hoping that they get this round 12.
Yeah.
It's looking dire without it. An 8-4 half, not unusual on Ascent, but it's usually the other way around, where you get your defenders in the lead.
With how dominant Gen.G have been on the pistol rounds, you know, if it follows the same course, you're looking at like an 8-4 turning into a 10-4.
Yeah, and at that point, it's just curtains.
Yeah. There's
no recovery there. Zelsis coming into this round with a broken economy, Stinger, Guardian, but they still have those big heavy hitter weapons of the Op and Odin.
It's a weird buy. Bit of a mixture.
Second hasn't been able to really walk in front of these smokes, keeps getting pushed back and back. But he is getting the kills.
Take flight. Lovely util to clear out mid here. Sassy with the drone. Good timing on it. But the question is, are they here that most of Gen G are already up in through Cat? Straight through the smoke. Disrespect is being shown by them. Sentinels do have stay main control. Shot missing. John now with the barrier mesh. Looking to lock them out of this spot here, but it will be spammed down as a nade inside.
Nice shot.
Across. Only popped down a little bit too late there, so Zekken happy.
Oh no! Wow, Caron. Oh my god, that was insane shot. That was insane shot.
And the stun does nothing in A main.
Push them back and away. Gen G slowing it down, getting quirky with these timings. There's a stun. They can hear the sensors. Texture removes one of them. So much uncertainty, rapid into their heads. They spot the player. Texture shoulder just peeking out, and yet still squares up to it. The challenge is met. And now drop down onto the site. Options thoroughly opened. Gen G having to take their timing with it. You can look at the peak timing, but still missing with the shot as well. He can't quite do it. Has to pull out the shorty. Zekken, not a chance.
Munchkin is low.
Stand it. And leaves it to just two. Munchkin is low. Could be an opening.
Nice.
This is movement in play. So doable for Sentinels. The health advantage is massive.
Now picking up the upgrade too with the rifle.
Come on, boy.
Should be clearing at least a portion of it, but you don't know there's blind spots. Munchkin peeks. They know where he is. 4 seconds until the dart.
He's not hell. He's not
Away into
hell.
hell. Just in case that reposition is there.
Please.
That round towards the back, they spot the main player out, they're all falling low, and again it has to be Munchkin as that playmaker finds the one. Peaking timing off of it, only 5 bullets left, but a tap from Sassy as well. It's all so unlikely for him, and he needs to hit the second. Time ticking, forced to stick it, and time.
Damn it.
It's an 8-4 half. Where Gen G on
Nice
the
half, nice
attack
half.
side look absolutely
8-4 curse, 8-4 curse. Let's go, let's go.
Stamp their mark early on Ascent here at Champions. Home territory of Seoul, home territory of Ascent. I think showcasing that they really are the best in the world on this map.
Yeah.
There wasn't so much an exec in that final round as they just walked up with an operator.
Still found the openings though. I mean, listen, this team is so good at picking apart all sorts of it. And for the pistol round, that's what we're looking towards. Gen G, indomitable so far.
Red Bull gives you wings.
If there's any chances for Sentinels, of course it has to start on the pistol. I feel like I say that often with a lot of different teams, but when you're up against Gen G, who are not only trying to, make a name for themselves in their home country this time, it's home soil, but also looking like potentially one of the favorites to win the whole thing, it's another question entirely of whether they can even stand up to it.
Sentinels, they're our only team to have beaten Gen G internationally, and while that might feel like it's a positive on the side of Sen, it also speaks to the fact that Gen G got cleanly out of Swiss and stomped through Shanghai. That's a scary, scary team on the other side of the stage. And they're 8-4 up, 5 rounds away from being able to move on in their group.
Yeah. Well, as take a look then. Sentinels. They're the ones that have to be the playmakers. Gen.G also going for a bit of a proactive play. The Tars crunch on the pistol.
They love running set plays on the defense side, Gen.G. They will constantly try to push the tempo up. Happy to play retake.
Yeah.
Against this comp, though, I don't think they should be too happy to play retake. You're going to be running into, Gravnet, trips, stuns.
For now, though, the util is going to be lacking ever so slightly onto the pistol. Zelsis forced to lock down. Watch this.
Oh, close.
Just gets barely the 2 shots off. Not enough to drop care on.
Bruh.
The trade is there, but Zekken taking a cheeky peek.
Bruh.
Up through heaven,
Bruh.
that one out, and now has to be aware that there is that flank occurring. Watchful eyes perched up, probably a high-low as well, and the smoke make it nice and easy. Karen trying to at least split up the site. Create that timing and opening for Meteor, potentially there. He's already out though, and the players are straight
Holy
through and out.
crap.
The whiff might cost them still. Dart forwards.
Man, what is
The issue
happening?
out of texture, and they do clean it up. So Sentinels, a pistol round under their belt, maybe something to work with.
First of the series could not have come at a better time, a more needed time. It probably would have been game over had they lost that one.
Yeah.
Beautiful dart as well from Sassy. They immediately dominated those smokes that Karen threw out there, which I think is the correct play. The dart forced somebody in. Sassy deals with them. He's having a good game today, Sassy. They're going to need more than this, though. We've seen teams utilizing this Cypher Deadlock composition. You kind of piece by piece take the map. Take a main, throw down a sonic sensor, take a little bit of extra space, put your trip
Oh,
into
close,
position or
close.
something.
Come on, pick it. Oh, holy crap. Oh, nice.
Push them back in a way, at least with the rifle spam. Able to take down another of these Gen.G players, but he might have just done enough damage. Still, weapons are going to be exchanged, making sure that there's no waste.
And any Gen.G pushes on other parts of the map should be able to be identified. You're always going to be running into a trip or a cam or somebody watching the flank.
Okay,
What is
that is
timing?
pure instinct from Caron, and he's TP'd in a way. There's a slight gap.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, he's caught.
You're stuck.
It's still Sentinels choose not to commit. I think they've seen enough bodies there, signs of life from Gen.G, that they call this pause. They do have 45 seconds. You can't let anything else slip, though, if you are Sentinels. It's a 3v3 in a crossfire setup. Baiting the shots, Caron's there, Meteor alongside it. Do not lose this one, Sentinels. Your best chance in a bloody long time, and you gotta clean it up. Lakia left alone. 20 seconds, still they don't know where this guy is, but the door's gonna be closing. Nobody stepping past it, just spots defeat. Breaking the door, trying to take the fight. It's a little bit uncertain, man. I mean, okay, they do get the anti-eco, but at the cost of losing 3 of their players, 3 of their guns is not going to be a healthy bonus.
I mean, you saw it on the faces there as Zelsis and Sassy. They're both wiping their brow, literally. I know it's hot in here. Golden Boy talked about it before. It is warm in Korea right now. But that one's more of a sign of relief than a sign of the heat. Sen closed the gap to 2, but the bonus is not going to look pretty. They only kept the Phantom, Guardian. They've got a Stinger to work with here. It's not much. A bit of damage. Maybe even just building up to one of these ults like the Annihilation for John so that he could maybe work a pick in round 16. These are the kind of things that would be a success in the round, I think, for Sen.
Flash peek. Smoke though from... He's pushed up in front of Karen's face. Not able to get value, it's just being held by the Sentinels players. They don't have particularly spread out default, but they do have somebody util the cam and a trip to hold deep B push.
Yeah, we're seeing Sentinels take a main, but they're not actually leaving utility there. Normally with this composition, I would expect to see Sonic Sensor be put down there, or some kind of, trip, or leave a player, deposit somebody into a main.
Yeah.
Now they're going back in, though. Sassy looking to try to drone and disguise the fact.
Yeah, Sentinels trying to make this one feel like it could potentially be that B split.
Yeah, that's a weird one, because they faked a B split as they were droning A.
Right, so Genji are kind of aware of this one. Munchkin, it's an off angle, and he's got to deliver. Will do with the first. Occasion is face. Preemptive spam will lay claim to a multitude of kills. And it leaves it just down to 10s. Up and over, not enough. Can't overcome it.
That Champions Trophy blinks into and out of
6-9.
existence, floating, tinting, taunting the players. Rifles back online, though, for Sen. An opportunity for them to showcase what they've been working on. We haven't seen them play too much of this map.
No.
But we've seen the Cypher Deadlock. We know that it's got at least some good fundamentals to work on. Gonna need to see Zellsis trading out stuff like this, though.
Yeah, there's gonna be an early fight occurring into this next round. Tiles beat out by Texture.
The Cypher should be able to take a little more aggro B main control as well. Trip broken, Zellsis not ready for that one. Not looking to use his cam to take super aggro B main either. It is a bit more of a passive approach to Sen than we've seen from other teams running this comp. Tentative.
Yeah, looking for those openings, Genji. Not give them too much though. Shock Dart, just out of range, I think, to do damage enough to break the alarm bot.
That's a very weak alarm bot.
Yeah. Can't see the health bar, but I'm sure it'll be minuscule.
Be crazy if the alarm bot clutched now. 1 HP.
A bit of spam though. It's going to be exchanged now here. Turret at least broken. Meteor, he is not shy, is he? This guy is happy to push back up. Make it really difficult to take any B main control. Already breaking that cam, backing away. 38 seconds.
They got a deep wall down mid, but they didn't break the alarm bot.
What is the call?
They've got to go into a B split.
There's plenty players ready to meet them. Genji tucked up to crossfire setup. Logs to the corner. Lakia has to do a lot here.
No.
It's running and gunning.
No.
But they weren't expecting, and again,
Oh
Meteor
my
delivers.
god.
And it might just be an around winning moment.
Bro,
Indeed,
not like this, man. Not like this, bro.
10-6 Genji. Looking on pace now to just take this map away.
Yeah, that's going to knock the economy for Sentinels. Could be the death blow. Smoke. Everybody's throwing that same smoke now. Learn it for your ranked games as well. The one-way cross map helps out your players to defend against the B split. Perfect from Karen, and it sets up this crossfire so beautifully. And Lucky is tucked into a corner. The Sentinels players, as they come out, they're checking stairs, wondering if someone's peeking from there. Because Meteor, he loves to play that spot.
Yeah.
Then they check switch, because you never know, Texture could be playing in that kind of position. There's just so many ways that Genji could be threatening you on defense. It's difficult to account for them all. And even if you did know that that crossfire setup was there, good luck dealing with it. Like I said, that could have been the death blow, and Sentinels are going to take a tactical timeout to try to figure out where they can go from here.
That's a real difficult ask, I think. With how active Genji are on their defense, it's either, you know, a bit of a trap play setup or maybe just a set play at the beginning of rounds that they will throw out. But even when they're just making sure that they can play it slow, you know, you saw in that last round, turret gets broken, Meteor immediately vacuums up the space.
Yeah.
Disrespects B main, makes sure that Sentinels can't take it with a cam, can't hold it easily.
And not only does that slow Sentinels down, but it also allows Genji much better information. We talk all the time about Munchkin making these amazing reads on defense. Part of it's because his players are willing to contest util. And if you peek back into B main and you see 5 players on the other side and Meteor bounces, well, now that's really good info. But if Meteor's able to re-clear B main, he knows that a hit is not coming straight back through.
Yeah.
It just helps every aspect of their game. That constant war of attrition that Genji force you to fight.
Half buys the Sentinels. Be rare to see a return on those investments. Caron still locks it up here. That's spam. Being offloaded, Texture does manage to at least get 2, but it's even out and it has handed guns over.
Yeah, that's a major win for Sentinels.
Munchkin, there's a drone in his face. It's not being watched for into the smoke. The awareness is off the charts. He doesn't go for the easy kill, but now he knows the Tens is lurking. Not long for the world. But again, another high game IQ moment from Munchkin there. He hears the drone. He knows that Sassy is going to be occupied in that moment. Instead,
Today my internet is so bad.
Yeah, that's so good. And also getting the read.
Well,
that
my
the player
internet
is
was
gonna
bad
be on the left.
yesterday.
He knows that there's a rifle down in that kind of situation, predicts the timing. I mean, timing's the drone as well, beautifully. And a situation that was looking like a potential win condition for Sentinels, ripped out of their hands so quickly. They're now going to have to find a different avenue of success. Sassy with the Odin ready to counter spam. But Texture, he hasn't been walking up B main with the op yet. This has been Meteor's domain. Are they going to expect him to be here?
Tip shot darts, not enough to clear this trip here. Sassy. It's a drone for a drone. Texture, he's hiding from it. Again, sowing misinformation. Shot missed though, Hunter's Fury. This feels like it's quite a committed push. And damage done, even a kill for Sassy, maybe enough to pave the way. It calls for that reinforcement. Karen instantly TPs.
Very good ult from Sassy. Very good read to now go for an A split.
They've pulled these players apart, but Munchkin again could be that thorn in their side. Once more, weapon glowing. This guy is on fire. Grab net, gets that confirmation, potentially there. Flood defending in, right through the back. Annihilation and clearing in and through. Sentinels do have
No, bro,
plays.
don't. Why is he going like that?
Doubled up holding this one, side by side. Bit of spam hailing down the lead, so still in it. At least for now, Sentinels.
Great call from John. As soon as you hear that ult being used, I think it's very likely they're sticking the teleport into back B. He decides to send things on an A split, anticipating that A is weaker. Munchkin's already realized what's happening and sent a couple players over there, but Sen grouped up, decisive, love to see it. And Sassy continues to have one of the best games that I've seen from him in a long time.
Oh yeah.
He was top of the scoreboard for a hot minute there on Haven, and now he's back up, at least on the Sentinel side, with 13 kills. Having a great day.
Doesn't get much easier though. This time Texture going walkabout up through mid. Angle's being held for him. He's hoping that somebody will just wade right into it. Dash is fading. This is hyper committed.
This is the kind of thing that Zekken just couldn't do.
And Zekken's holding to pixel angle. Oh, but no! Just missed it. The crossover Texture takes it away. Caron, heavy committed now into bottom mid. He needs to be defended and he needs some help to get out of here. That's what the drone is for. Up and over. Right here. Clears the path.
When Lakia and Karen are willing to be that aggressive, it allows Texture to do this.
This is not potentially getting cleared off. Angle traded. But again, reinforcements are there. Out through the back of the side. That's Tens committing. Caron! He dominates the smoke. He will not be stopped. And a paranoia puts Tens in his place.
The recon in that position is supposed to stop Karen from doing that. Your recon, he's caught out in the open, has to break it, gives away his position, forced to swing into the smoke. He's checkmated. He's swinging into a smoke that two of the people are already in. He can't get away with it. Opened up nicely with Gen G's aggression, which, like I said, their comp benefits them. Not something that Sentinels could ever really do, support Zekken in that kind of way on their defense half. But monster performance from Karen, up to 20 kills.
The cams are broken. One more round that's needed here for Gen G for their opening match of champs. They've not slowed down a beat. Up and over. Bladestorm in the hands. Texture is releasing. Just absolutely unbelievable form.
I can't use that.
Sentinels left to stew and simmer.
Knives back out though for Zekken.
Munchkin will fade away. Now Sauber back to the wall. Texture reveals his position. 3 left available to work with. Blinded up Meteor. He spots it, betrayed by the barrel. A 2-0 finish. Gen G looking large and in charge, not slowing down from prior performances. They are aiming and gunning for that trophy.
Revenge for the grand finals of Masters Madrid. Both of these teams were tied at 4 maps apiece heading into the match today. And now Gen G have taken the lead, both in terms of that head-to-head series all year and in the maps. I think they outclassed Sentinels today. They showcased that divergence of the trajectories for both of these teams. There's a reason that Sentinels came in here based on their championship points, and Gen G are coming in looking like favorites to lift the trophy.
It's a warm welcome, the tail end here for the series. Of course, Sentinels, you know, they are fan favorites even here in Korea, but it's even bigger fan favorites right in front of them here. Gen G with that 2-0 win. Looking nasty, man.
I am disappointed that we didn't get to see Abyss from either of these two teams. First time Gen G have ever floated a brand new map. They've been permabanning it all the other times. Felt like a trap. Sentinels were happy to opt into it. We were denied it today because the form from Gen G, just ridiculous with the 2-0. We'll have to wait until later on in the tournament for that kind of delight as we get to see squads like, I'm expecting Gen G and Fnatic to both be fantastic on those new maps, but who knows?
Yeah,
it's a complete unknown.
A lot of unknowns when you're heading into these international tournaments about how teams are prepared and ready, but it was a hell of a task ahead of Sentinels to try and take this one. They might be the only team that's beaten them really on an international stage, but they couldn't quite replicate it. Not here for Champs. It's a team that has just evolved over and over again. Every single game that Gen G have played, they just look like they're going from strength to strength.
They certainly do. It wouldn't surprise anyone, I think, if Gen G picked up a trophy here, but it's a long, long road ahead.
Oh yeah, early days.
A good first step along that path, however, taking down Sentinels.
Yeah, definitely early days, but like you said,
Did an offline game?
Step to be taking.
And the crowd
Want
will
me
be
to play
extremely
something?
happy in terms of opening things up here.
God damn it, man.
Intimate venue to open things up, not like the way...
I'm actually sad. It was going well, good and well, but somewhere we lost. Yelan is coming. Don't care. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me log in. How to get sacrificial bow? You can get it only after doing pulls. You cannot get in any other way. This could be the day I die for you. What's the next match, by the way? Let me see. What's the next match? Oh, Fun plus Phoenix and Team Heretics. Man. Why did Sentinels lose, bro? This could be the day I die for you. Boom, 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 boom.
My ult is ready.
Wait. What's that? Oh yeah, okay. Let's watch your skill. Don't watch it, bro. Wow. What? How did I not hit that, eh? What the heck? Wait 1 second. You need to little explain? Bro, this game is just basically you aim shoot and you have some skills like the character I'm using right now, she is called Jet. She can dash. You know. Wait. I mean, there are characters with their some utils, like she can do a small smoke, she can updraft, she can dash, you know. Wait. Oi. Oi, oi. Hello. What happened to my mic? Hello. Yep, I played but don't like. Oh. Yo. Yo, what's up, yo? CSGO is more better for me. I don't like CSGO. I hate CSGO. Wait, I'm having frame drops. One second. Donut? Wait, why can't I talk to him? What's going on? Donut? Donut. Wait, is it capturing the wrong device? Input device. Hello. Hello. Wait, why is my mic not working? Hello? Why is my mic not working? Wait, what happened? What happened? Is it not working? Hello? Bruh.
They are so dead.
Let me restart, boys. Now why it's not working? Where's my game not starting? Man, I need a new PC, bro. Somebody sponsor me. God damn it, man. I'm struggling. I'll do anything in my power to see you just smile. I want you to prosper and come forward, even though it's eaten by your side. La 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 la. It's just gonna hurt you more.
My ult is ready.
My ult is ready.
They are so dead.
Wait, how was that not a shot? Okay, this was a wait. Wait. One second. Okay, that was bad. Bro, how am I whiffing everything? Wait, my audio is still not working. Oh, wait. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. 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 It's not working, bro. What did I do wrong? Hi. Nope. So, okay, it's not working. What am I aiming? हेलो हेलो हेलो
अरे भाई मेरा पूरा मैच पे माइक ग्लिच हो गया था।
मेरा माइक अभी काम किया, इतना देर से मैं बोल रहा था, काम नहीं कर रहा था। क्या रैंक लगा?
सब नहीं लगा, अभी एक बाकी है, सब डायमंड का लॉबी था।
तो मैं खेलूंगा तो फिर प्लैट लग जाएगा।
क्या है कौन है लड़ी? Nice. Low.
भाई डबल आरडीएस खरीद लिया मैंने। आरडीएस खरीद लिया। रेडियन एंटरटेनमेंट सिस्टम।
Match found.
डिस्कॉर्ड पे बात करें यहाँ तो मतलब बहुत वो हो जाता है ग्लिच होता है
आ जाओ
हमको भी चाहिए
क्या लूं
भाई उसका तो फंस गया ना पैसा वापस आएंगे ना मेरा तो 5 6 6 दिन खरीदने के बाद
ईस्टर का
चोरी हो
कर रहा
गया
हूँ क्या
भाई
2 स्मोक है फिर
हाँ और नहीं 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 मैं कुछ और लेता हूँ फिर।
ठीक लूंगा
let's take this.
You have good taste, my friend.
5 दिन के बाद ना नया फोन खरीदते ही
पैकेट लो सो मजा आएगा
चोरी हो गए हाँ 14 था hey. Are you flipping out? भाई इंटर्नशिप गया तो इंटर्नशिप से जो पैसा मिला
Qué lindo.
3 महीने
Can
का
I take a
उससे
picture?
ही खरीदा
My mom loves flowers.
just that like ऐसे मैंने लिया मतलब इंटर्नशिप करके 30,000 मिला 3 महीने किया वो खरीद लिया और उसके बाद मैंने फ्री फ्री इंटर्नशिप फ्री में किया ऐसे सोच के like I don't feel anything fail A
big push
come
Grounded.
one more yo boy मेरा पिंग बहुत हाई है भाई
Last player standing.
what
Yo, Viper.
1K
Are we really safe breathing that in? I look
ये डिस्कॉर्ड जाने से हो जाता है क्या तेरा
नहीं
It's from all sides.
मैं हो जाएगा अभी थोड़ा देर में यहाँ पर आ जाएगा this is much
Screen down.
Reloading.
Saw you, Mosh. Wingman's gonna plant spike. Spike planted. Thanks, Wings.
City.
Both there, both.
Last player standing.
Oh my god. What is that lag? Fucking hell.
Bro,
Nice,
120.
None of my stuff has malfunctioned yet. Can we celebrate that?
मैं डिस्काउंट कर रहा हूँ नहीं हो रहा तो कुछ ज़्यादा ही हो रहा
So we can play with game guys also, no problem.
Bonne chance, mes amis.
Bounce मुझे
Bomb buddy out.
ठीक है गेम और ठीक
Toxin screen down.
Spike down A.
Spike.
चल
Spike carrier found. I have the spike.
We'll push C. Come. Let's go C, bro. Come.
Last player standing. One
Okay.
enemy remaining.
He plays C. Why are you at C?
जीत गया अरे अरे कहाँ जा रहा है ये
Did he walk into his trip? Okay, let me tell you. There's one more to the left. You should break that now. Yeah, come on, Leo. Ah.
Grenade!
Oh, he went too far.
He is here.
अरे मेरा नेट को अभी सडनली इतना
Jet, can you hear the calls? Hello.
Yeah. But I'm little lagging, bro.
Yeah, that's what.
Please do not mistake my smile. I take this song very seriously.
Let's go see. I have my ult.
A gift.
Spike's here. There.
Okay.
Should I take the spike?
Yeah,
I've done more with less.
No.
Keep fighting.
मैं अर्ली पिक नहीं दे सकता
Flash.
Heading.
I get it. Grenade! Blocking sight. Ground.
One enemy remaining.
Wingman's planting.
Right. Yes. Yeah, plan.
B.
Harder.
Spike's ticking. Thanks, little man.
That was good, but there is more to do. On n'est pas sorti l'auberge. That works.
Someone
they
break
do.
the traps. Okay, I was
There.
trapped in.
That's a good spot.
Enemy A. Reloading.
Hey, मेरे को बस. Please come be with me.
Dizzy's up. I got the spike.
Oh no.
Got the spike, Wings. Mosh pit.
Teleport's ready.
Reloading. Spike planted. Thanks, Wing. Up and away. Right there.
Viper, watch left.
One enemy remaining.
Here.
Nice.
Gun here.
Take aim, then fire. Let's not complicate it.
नहीं और तू चेंबर था अच्छा तो
Chamber, do you have skin for Vandal? No, Phantom.
Thanks.
A gift.
Don't keep a trap there.
Right there.
Keep it here.
Flash for
Get out of my way. This is a has target.
Grounded.
What's assisting line?
Chamber, come. You have the spike.
Trap destroyed. Spike dropped.
I have the spike.
Oh, that why can't I?
Spike planted. Yikes.
Run, little man.
No charges left.
Enemy spotted.
One enemy remaining.
Here.
Cálmate, hotshot. Gun here. Do what we do. Get back to chilling.